Drops. Yo, what's up, y'all? It's your main man, Uncle Freezy. What's good? So I'm rocking the spot tonight for a little bit, man. We're gonna talk some bubblegum pop music. Got a few people scheduled to come through and hang out with me. I know I'm not on time. I messed around and started listening to some soul for real. And though I'm not a singer, oh man, okay. Messed around and start listening to some soul for real. Oh man, to take you back down memory lane, like that bubblegum pop. That bubblegum pop actually meant something, man. That was the vibe. You know what I'm saying? That was the vibe. No matter what generation you come from, whether you're a 50 something like myself, or a 40 something, or a 30 something, or a 20 something, there's like that bubblegum pop. It's so innocent. It's so innocent, right? All it is like basically teenagers just like singing about being in love. And listen, I know y'all probably watching this video right now laughing like, man, what teenagers know about being in love? That is why bubblegum pop is so innocent, because they don't know what love is. You know, you feel me? You feel me? So as I jot down memory lane, not getting too old school, right? Not getting too old school, but reminiscing about certain songs, man, about certain genre. Well, I guess it's all the same genre, bubblegum pop. Certain groups are gonna jump out at you as we have this conversation, right? Certain things are just gonna jump out at you, like your feelings about the bubblegum pop group of your generation is probably going to be the one that you favor most, because it's probably the group that you identify with most, right? So for me it's more of Tavares and the Sylvers and the Jackson 5. You feel me? And Slave, and later on New Edition, but some DeBarge and groups like that, man. That's who they are for me. Now, who they are for you can be different, right? But we can still have the same feeling of like, man, you know what? That was my jam. That was my jam, right? And no big deal. No matter if you say, for instance, if you're older than me, if you're older than I am, and maybe the Temptations, you know what I'm saying, was your bubblegum pop group, a bunch of teenagers, young 20 somethings singing about love, so I can identify, because I ultimately I think love kind of transcends. You feel me? Like, you give you an example. I was just listening to Soul for Real. They had a song called Candy Rain, right? Candy Rain was that joint. You hear it on the radio. It was a nice little radio song. It was a nice little club song. You know how you got clean and you went to a club, and before the club started jumping. I mean, jumping, like before they started playing Juvenile and Waka Flocka and Lil Jon and the East Side Boys. They would play the bubblegum joints to get the crowd warmed up, and they'd play stuff like Soul for Real. You know what I'm saying? Before they played Busta and Chris Brown and Lil Wayne, they would play the bubblegum joints. You know what I'm saying? And so I go back to that time frame and that mindset and thinking like, man, this music was actually good. And when I look at my phone, I like to consider myself as a music fan, for the most part, I like to have my music a little bit harder, a little bit edgier, right? I like to have my music a little bit harder, a little bit edgier. I mean, when I look at the artists that are in my phone right now, hey y'all, listen. I say that right. I say that I like my music a little hard, a little edgier, and things. So the artists are in alphabetical order. And listen to the first few groups in my phone. After Seven, Al B. Shore, Alexander O'Neal, Alicia Keys, Angela Winbush, Anita Baker, Anthony Hamilton, Atlantic Star, and then AZ, and then B.O.B. Wow. So I say one thing, and maybe I meant something else, but I feel like that's the vibe. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's the vibe, right? But I was talking to a few people earlier before I jumped on, because actually, I'm in the process, and not to sidetrack a little bit, but I guess I got to sidetrack a lot to kind of bring the conversation full circle. So I'm working on some novels, right? Matter of fact, I should pull it up and put it here, up here for us. So I have one written. I have one written. I'm gonna find it and then put a link to it. Wow, I'm all over the internet. Wow, wow. I'm all over the internet. Wow. I'm looking for it. I'm looking for it. There we go. Bingo. Jackpot. I found it. So I'm looking for a way to share. All right. I'm gonna copy the link. I'm gonna copy the link and put it here. Boom. That is it. Right? And so I'm gonna pin it up here. Bim. There we also go. All right. So back to reality, right? So I'm researching. I'm going over some things. I'm in the process of writing these novels. For a lot of y'all that y'all know, that's my side hustle, and Blorence Tears is my side hustle, and Vibes and Stuff is my side hustle, and I got some side hustles coming up, right? Hey, okay, the man is here. You know you can't step in the room without your intro. Can't step in the room without your intro. Here we go. Yo, what's good, boss?
What's happening, Unc? What's happening?
Hey man, I was just talking to everybody, the chat and everybody watching this, whether live or on replay, just talking to them about um the inspiration behind the mindset that I'm in right now. I'm listening to bubblegum pop and some old soul R&B doing research for the book, right? You know, I
Yeah.
have a book series. I got it pinned. I got it's so Soulfing. I don't know if I told you, man. I wrote a romance espionage novel based in the boot.
Oh, okay. Fill me in. No, you didn't.
Yes, so I'm writing a espionage romance series about a character named C who has a I don't want to give too much away, but he has a very unpopular job.
Okay.
Basically, he the ops,
Oh, the
right?
ox.
Basically, so basically he the ops. He can, you know what I'm saying? Everybody got to have a career. This is his, right? But during his career, he never found her. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So on one of his jobs, on his latest jobs, he leaves out of Memphis to go set up shop in New Orleans. And the love story starts there. It's love story and espionage.
So
There.
I know you got scenery when they meeting up in some jazz club.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got a little blues in there.
Y-
Yeah.
yeah. If you remember the scene from Boomerang,
Yeah.
something similar.
Okay. Okay. I can dig it.
Yeah, something similar to that.
I can dig it.
Yeah, something similar to that. So listen, I got to listen. You know, I don't never ask y'all for nothing, right? Only thing I
Yeah.
ask y'all for is friendship,
Yeah, for sure.
right? Now I got to ask y'all to do me a solid and buy the book, bro. I got
Man, look, you ain't
yeah,
got to worry about that because I told you, let me know when, because I know about the other. I'm not gonna say what it is
yeah,
because it's kind of like the last time we talked when we had the discussion
right.
when I caught you when you were shuffling papers on the other one you were working on.
Yeah,
I'm going
shuffling paper. I'm
because
always
you
shuffling
shuffling
papers.
papers.
Always
I,
shuffling papers, bro.
don't worry about this. I
Yeah,
want on that other one too. Just
yeah,
let me know when it come out, and I want the other one too.
yeah.
Excuse me.
I got that one. I got that one coming. The link for this one, everybody, is in the chat. I have it listed at the lowest price that I could do it. Right. So the lowest price I could do it was $2.99. Right. If y'all can support, man, I appreciate it. It don't go to it don't make my car payments and all that stuff. Right. This is merely for your man's confidence. You know what I'm saying? This is merely for your man's confidence. This is because we make livings doing other stuff, right? But
Yes, sir.
like say for instance, Soulfing, if you had a recipe and like you got a job and then you got a recipe, everybody like, yo, it's fire. And then they're like, yo, you should open up a business with that, blah, blah, blah. And then you're good at it, right? But then you open up the business on that with that recipe, and then don't nobody show up. You know, how it kind of dust up your confidence a little bit.
Yeah, yeah, it mess with you. Yeah,
Yeah.
you
That's
feeling
that's
some
what it's
kind of way.
mainly. That's what it's mainly about, right? That's what it's mainly about. But before you got here, man, I was listening to a early, I think it's late 1990s group called Soul for Real.
Oh, yeah, yeah, those are my boys right there. Yes,
Time for
sir.
25 years. Can you believe it?
Man, it's been 25. Man,
25 years. Yeah.
man, so for real was the hey, that was the lick right there, man. That Candy Rain, hey man, look. So my ex used to get mad at me because I played that. Look, I played that over and over, over and over.
right, right.
Did I say I played it over and over
Over and over,
and
over
over
and
again? That
over.
was hey, and during that era, you had Soul for Real, you had Mister. They came out around a little. I
Oh,
think
I
they
forgot
came.
about Mr. Blackberry
Yeah,
Molasses.
yeah, man. A lot of people
Yeah,
slept on that album. That was a good little album.
yeah, yeah. That was a good. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was a good album. I have a story behind that a little bit, just a little teeny one.
Go ahead. Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
So I'm the older cousin. I'm like the big cuz for like our group, my family down here, right?
Yeah,
I'm the older cousin. Everybody like, hey, cuz, we're gonna do it at your house, cuz, or whatever. You know how it is. So my younger cousin, you know, he would never holler. He was that dude that was like, no, she gotta be 5'6 1/4. She gotta be smooth as caramel with the cocoa eyes, and she got a big sister by the name of Chocolate Tie. She gotta be that. She gotta be all of that, right? And a bag of
yeah,
chips, right? Right. And so when girls would look at him, he wouldn't holler ever. I'm like, swag, go holler. And then he was like the um the hazel eye cousin with the good hair.
yeah. That one, yeah. The cousin
Yeah,
that with all that, he just stand there. Don't
yeah,
say anything.
yeah. He the yeah. He that one. He the Albie Shore cousin,
Yeah,
the Albie Shore looking cousin, the good hair or whatever is.
Elder
You know what I'm saying?
Bard.
Yes, that one. Right. So everywhere we go, girls be looking. Then sometimes they're waves. Like, hey y'all, and I'm like, and I'm like, yo, just holler. And it used to frustrate me. Right. So anyway, we are in Walmart. Right. We are in Walmart's DVD section. I mean CD section. You
Yeah,
remember when Walmart used to have like a
yeah.
big,
There's a C. Yeah, the big CDs.
yeah,
Yeah, they had the
yeah, the
CD
big,
selection.
yeah, the big CD. So we are in their CD section, right? And so I'm looking, and I just want to get a single because the Friday before that I had just bought like two albums. I had just bought Donnell Jones. And I just bought Donnell Jones, and I had just bought Keith Sweat,
Oh, bro, yeah, you
the
too.
one with Funky Dope Lovin' on it.
Funky that, yeah, that was the album right there. That
Yeah,
Funky Dope
that was
Loving.
yeah,
Because
yeah, yeah,
you had that, and the other cut he had with Ronald Isley on there, Comfort
yeah,
Free.
yeah. And the one with Cut Close.
Cut Close, yeah,
Yeah. So I forgot what the name of the song. If you really want it, all you gotta do is something, right? Something. Triborough Gigolo was in the building. What's good, Try? Try. That's my brother from another mother when it comes to music, bro. Try what's good, man. So um he looking. And I pick up this CD, I got it in my hand. Right? I'm like, I'm gonna just give him a shot. I heard the song one time. I heard the song one time on the Big DM 101 FM, right? You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And this is a radio station out of Columbia, South Carolina. You know what I'm saying? The Big DM 101 FM. You know how they do the little drops or
yeah,
whatever.
yeah,
So I heard the song one night on the Big DM. It's a song, Blackberry Molasses, and it gave me even though I did not know they were out of Atlanta, it gave me a vibe, kind of like Souls of Mischief, um, the Far Side vibes.
yeah,
But like they gave me that kind of vibe, even though it was kind of like it was R&B, right? And so I'm walking with it, and my cousin, who you know, when you young, you just sometimes you just whatever, whatever. So he's just start cussing, just like, man, they don't never have nothing. I'm like, calm down, big fella. He says, eat, relax. What's going on? He like, yo, man, I hate coming in here, man, because they don't never have what you want. I'm like, what you want? Some jujubes, some oatmeal raisin pies? I mean, what you want? You want some slippers, some socks, some Motorola bicycle, football? What? We in Walmart, right? So he like, no,
Get a
man.
chia pet.
Yeah, what you want? What you want? A chia pet, pack of cigarettes? I mean, what do you want, right? You're like, man, I've been looking for this album. I was like, what album? Because now I'm thinking like, did I just grab the one he's looking for? He's like, man, I like this cat Rome. They've been playing this song, I Belong to You, on the radio. And I was like, hey, yo, I think I heard that joint. You know what I'm saying? Because when he said it, I'm like, Rome? That name don't sound familiar. But when he said, I Belong to
I
You, I'm
belong to
like,
you. Yeah.
that sound familiar. I think I heard that joint before. Right?
Everybody, I remember that cats would beat. Now, if you had some knock in your trunk, cats were really, I mean, they were bumping that.
Yes. Yes. But he says, I was looking for that, but I'm also looking for blackberry molasses. And now I got I got the CD in my hand, and I don't want to tell him. And then he asked me, "Hey, bro, what's that in your hand?" Oh, this right here.
Uh,
You ain't
you
want
don't
this
want to see
right
that.
here. You
Yeah,
ain't
you don't
want
want to
this.
see that.
He's like,
You
"Yo,
better,
I'm just saying, I'm looking for a certain one. What you got in your hand?"
you
I'm
should have
like,
told I got Conway Twitty. You don't want to.
yeah, hold. I'm like, hold up, partner. Take that air out your chest. You know I'm big. You know I'm big, cuz. You know what I'm saying? Right? So he like, yo, nah, man, stop playing. What you got? And I'm like, I got Rome. He's like, you don't even know Rome. I was like, yeah, I got Jerome right here. It ain't even Jerome.
He said Jerome.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, yeah, messing with him. So my man's is like, yo, if you got Mister, you better let me get it. And I'm like, I ain't got to let you get nothing. First of all, you said blackberry molasses. And now, you got to think about the time frame where we living in now,
Mm-hmm.
right? This is it's not like it's like you know how you Shazam wasn't out yet. It's not like you knew the name of all these songs. You know what I'm saying? You heard it, and then you might get it right. Like because the DJs down here, they don't necessarily say the name of the record. They don't do the only time they do it is like
Album
um
premiere.
the the only time they say the name of the record is the Fat 4 at 4, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Or the Great 8 at 8 or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But they don't do now here's song number 6 on the countdown. It's Blackberry Molasses by Mister. That they only do that like once a day.
Once, you get it in, but you just know the song and you trying to hum it. It go like
Yeah.
this here. And then and then
Yeah.
they don't really know it, and then they got the song some all wrong because they start humming some Mary J track.
Right. Right. And then you done bought the wrong CD. But anyway, I'm walking off from him, and he trying to snatch the thing out of my hand in Walmart. Now, mind you, at the time I was I was big at the time, like about 240, right at the time. So, but he about 300 at the time, right? He in there whining, and then my other cousin, he's a comedian out of Atlanta. Now he so famous now. He don't even it's my cousin OD Odell, right? He there, but he about 15. So he telling jokes. He cracking on my cousin. He like, yo, yeah, he telling jokes.
And you making the situation worse.
Worse. Yeah, he making it worse. He like, yo, man, you big 300-pound soft dude. You he like a 3. He's saying all kind of N words and stuff about how You know what I'm saying? A 7 foot tall, 300 pound dude want to go home and listen to Blackberry Molasses by himself in a room, right? So he's telling jokes. This is what he do, right? This is what he do. So anyway, he say something to me, and I take that CD and I flick it. Yeah, so I flick that thing all the way across the store. You know what he did?
He ran after it,
He ran after it and got it and paid for it with the crack cover on it.
but he got
Right?
his blackberry molasses.
Got his joint. Yep. Yep. And then on top of that, after I found out that the album was fire, I tried to borrow it and he wouldn't let me borrow it.
Man, yes, that album was fire.
Yeah.
Cause I'm gonna tell you the cut on there. Like if you know the album,
Yeah.
Lady was that was the cut.
Yeah. So whatever happened to him?
Well, I know they broke up because I don't know why, but Bobby Valentino came out of that group.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's the only one I remember seeing um, doing anything.
Right. Right. Let me ask you this. And Triborough, if you still in the chat, please help me resolve this matter. Because nothing should ever be a such and such versus such and such. But this has been on my heart for like 25 years. Soulfinger, I don't want to put you on the spot either. But I gotta ask you.
All right.
From that time, yeah, I saw that. Haney, yeah, I saw that. Hey, Hookem, I saw that. I saw that. Haney, my dude, man. But which R&B group is better
Oh, you
of
about
the
to hit
of
a
the of
little
the
ringer.
kids of the kids, respectfully, of the kids,
That lady was my baby.
Soul for Real or 112?
Uh see, no,
I just feel
yeah,
because this debate has raged on in the family for a while, bro. That first 112 album, bro, I played that from, man, I will put that CD on in this little room I'm in, and I will let that thing play for days, bro. 112, 112.
that first 112 was a head buster, man.
Yeah.
That
DSJ
first
in
one
the building.
was
What's good, man?
oh, if it isn't the troll, well, when he's in the chat, he's the
The
troll
R&B
master.
sensation.
But when he's in vibes, he is the R&B sensation, the Smokey Robinson of the pod world, the Dwele slash Raheem Devine of the pod world.
Yep.
DSJ, what's happening,
DSJ.
bro?
Man. Oh, he must be.
Oh, you're having connection problems.
Yeah, man. So hey, so Try says Soul for Real had one great album.
They did have one. That first album was great. The second one just was it didn't pop like that.
Yeah.
Things had changed. I
Yeah.
mean, if I'm going to say, and it's not just because I mean, I'm gonna have to go with 112 because they had more. They had not just because they had more albums,
Right.
but they had some cuts. They actually had some cuts,
Right.
and and as they got older, because even that little, they got its own both Face album and theirs. They got a cut together. Um, and I can't
Only
remember the
You.
name. No, oh well, they actually got more than that. They got a couple of cuts with Faith. Um, I am trying to remember the name of that cut. Um, oh well, first of all, before I go into that cut, one of the hardest cuts off that first album was Cupid.
Yeah. Oh, you talking about 112 album.
Yeah, 112 first album, but they had a I'm trying to remember which album it was. Which album was that?
Yeah, DSJ hit it on the yo. I can't believe on that 112 album, bro.
Yeah, I
On
can't believe.
112
Yes.
with Faith.
Yeah. Yeah. That one.
Man, look,
That was the first one, and then which the other album they dropped. It's not Room 112.
it might have been the song before that. To me, the whole album was fire. To me, the whole album was fire. But bro, I can't believe with the feature with Faith.
Yeah.
Oh my god, bro. Oh man.
That alone, that track alone was on a whole nother level.
Yep. Yep. Oh my god, man. That song, man, that joint was so fire, bro. That joint was so fire. I mean,
Stay,
um,
that's the name of the track. Stay. They got another track with Faith called Stay.
okay,
That thing is, woo, that's fire.
right. And man, man, that joint just a little while on there, bro. Yo, man, child is in the building.
Yeah, that
Yo,
that album there,
man, look,
that
man,
song there is no joke.
bro, bro. And then Tromborough mentioned on the Only You remix when
Yeah,
when Biggie said the more I smoke, the smaller the Philly gets. Room 112, where the players dwell. Yo, I'm like, yo, this is crazy right here. This is crazy, man. The whole album is. But listen, if that album is great, how great, how great is Soul For Real's first album?
I would say no. I would say it was a great album for a debut album. It was a hell of an album. Freeze.
Right,
Is
right.
is but they just couldn't do anything else because still to this day people still bumping. I mean, Candy Rain is a cut. That and then the second everything.
Every
That's the
little
other
thing
one.
you do.
Everything you do, yeah. People still today. You said 25 years, they still pumping that.
You know that's a Gap Band sample, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
at the very beginning, at the
Outstanding.
yeah, 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 at the beginning, the bongos, yep,
Yeah,
boom,
that's
tap,
outstanding. Yes.
tap, yep. Man,
Girl, you
speaking of
knock
which,
me out.
hey, speaking of, I had a discussion with Hoodie Kev about how the Gap Band blows New Edition away, and he thinks I'm
Yeah.
a hater.
Look,
He thinks I'm a hater. New Edition
freeze.
had 4 good albums in their entire catalog. And when I say 4 good, they were bona fide good. The Candy Girl album, I'm like, okay, I'll say that's good because it was like a first attempt. They was trying to get on the map, but it's not their best album.
Yeah, but no, we talking about the Gap. We talking about the Gap Band. That's on a whole nother level. They can sing, but like the best singer in the group. Well, depends on what iteration, the New Edition you talking, because it got even with because Johnny, we already know Johnny Gill can hold it down.
Yeah,
Ricky Bell, people didn't know Ricky Bell until they broke out and did that thing.
yeah, yeah.
But Uncle Charlie,
Hmm.
you talking about Uncle Charlie, right? You talking about
Yes.
Uncle Charlie? Uncle Charlie? Come on,
Yeah.
man. Uncle Charlie on a whole nother is on a whole just a whole nother level.
Yeah. His so for the sake of this conversation, the Gap Band probably don't fit, but man,
Well, and it's because you're talking about this different styles or whatever else. Because yeah, the Gap Band. Because you say, well, is it funk or is it R&B? It's R&B
is
and
it
funk.
is it soul? Is
Is
it
it soul? But they had their own thing. But it was Charlie Wilson. Uncle Charlie's voice was on a whole nother. I mean, come on, man.
yeah.
Charlie Wilson in Computer Love.
Yeah. bro.
Come on, man.
I feel you. I feel you. Right.
And see, I became I like the old it depends on, like I said, what era of New Edition we talking, because it's, you all the popcorn and bubblegum stuff. I never really was a big fan of it until they got older.
Right. The
And then they
Mr.
started,
Telephone Man
yes,
and Did You Get It Yet? And um Candy Girl.
yeah, and
I dug it. It was a little catchy. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't my cup of tea at the time, because that was during the Gap Band era for me.
yeah. See, same here. That was the Gap Band for me. That was Gap Band, SOS Band.
Yes.
That was me right there. You know,
Right.
and then I
Right.
still had Luther and Anita still
Yeah.
pumping. So I was like,
And it was right out of disco, so you still had Shannon. Let
Anita
the
was later.
music
They
play.
played, yeah.
You'll
Shannon was
get
still going,
away.
yeah.
You get, and for everybody from the New York tri-state area, y'all know when Kiss came out in 1982, man, they played Shannon to death. They played that freestyle. I think that's what they call it. I think the freestyle. Um um the era of Patrice Rushen, Shannon, Alicia Myers, Cheryl Lynn, that freestyle type of
So,
music,
yeah.
bro, it took over the radio, bro. That was right at um I tell you, um what's that lady? What hey Triborough, if you can help me out with this one. The lady, she was a freestyle queen, and Big Pun and Joe sampled her for Still Not a Player. The song go dun 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 dun. Dun. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Dun 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 dun. Son. Y'all know who I'm talking about. The lady, I forget her name,
I
but
had
she
to
was
look
like the
it up on me.
freestyle queen for like a year and a half.
So you said Joe
And
and Fat
and
Joe
and
stuff
Big
with
Pun and
Big
Big
Pun.
Pun.
Not a
Yeah.
player on the not yeah, the not a player track.
Yeah. Yeah. It's dun 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 dun. Dun. I forget that lady name, but she ruled the airwaves for like a year and a half. You couldn't go an hour without hearing her. I can't remember her name.
Brenda Russell.
Brenda Russell. That's her. That's her. She got two joints that when you hear the song, when you hear when you hear the song itself, you love it, but you don't know that they sampled Brenda Russell. You don't know they sampled Brenda,
Man,
like,
Brenda Russell, yeah, man. I forgot about her.
yeah, man. Yeah, man. It's a lot of man, listen, man. It's a lot of ladies out there like that, man.
Yeah.
Um
Because
um
during that time people talking about Cheryl Lynn.
Cheryl Lynn, yep. Melissa Morgan,
Yeah, Lisa Morgan. I mean,
um,
Shaka Khan was still, she was
yeah,
doing her thing too.
Denise
And then
Williams,
Denise Williams. I mean, and then we talking about 80s.
yeah,
Well, Shirley Murdoch,
yep, yep, yep. Man,
Mickey Howard.
Mickey Howard, Gwen McCrae,
Yep,
Funky Sensation.
yep.
Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Funky Sensation. That yeah.
Sybil. No, Sybil.
So
Was Sybil 80s or was she more 90s?
Sybil was at the end of the 80s,
End of the
88,
80s.
89.
Yeah.
Because she sung the hook for Salt and Pepper. She did expressions,
But so yes, yeah.
and then she had her own joint, Don't Make Me Over.
Yeah, Don't Make Me Over. That was big.
Yeah, that
Big,
was
big, big.
fire, bro. That was
That
man.
that man, they played that. Matter of fact, that track was even. I remember they used to show her video on MTV. It was that big.
Yes. Yes. Don't Make Me Over was so big, bro. Oh my God, bro.
And then you also had, you talking about 80s, even though it was a group. That's also because in the 80s we had the English invasion, the British invasion
Yeah.
of R&B, and the
Yep.
main leader, the main group to really be the British invasion was Loose Ends.
Yeah. Yeah. And since you said that, I wanna pick your brain about that, but I also want to ask you this. And it's not a trick question, it's a tricky question to answer,
Okay,
right? So when you saw the European, think about this, no offense to nobody, this is just how I talk, right? But when you saw the European white girl standing doing the disco song,
yeah.
right? Which one did you think had the biggest hit? Right? I'm gonna say two of them. I'm gonna say two groups. And y'all help me figure this out. Right? Of course, the first one I'm gonna say is
Lisa
Sweet Dreams by the
Sanford. Oh,
Eurythmics,
Sweet
right?
Dreams, Eurythmics. Yeah, you said group. Yeah, Sweet Dreams, Eurythmics.
Sweet
Yeah, yeah.
dreams are made of
That
these.
made that was a hell of a crossover too.
But what about here's the second one that we always forget, but we hear it at every sporting event. What about I Can't Wait by New Shoes? Dun 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 dun
Oh,
dun dun dun
yeah,
dun dun.
yeah,
You remember that?
yeah, yeah,
And so my cousin, the same one
yeah.
I told you, got mad at me in the Walmart about. He was like, "Yo, which song is bigger in your mind? I Can't Wait or Sweet Dreams?"
Damn,
I don't
that's a hell
know.
of a question
That's
because
a
because
yeah.
because I won't. You know what? And I don't want to be like play the straddle fence, but it
Yeah.
just depends on the eras because it depends because you do hear um I can't wait. You hear new shoes at sporting events
You hear it everywhere,
everywhere, bro. You know
all the
what?
time.
Freezy, I went to Charger game. I used to before the Chargers left San Diego, right?
Right, 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 right,
Me and my homeboy, me and my man Sam I am, we used to go kick it. We used to open, go to the game. We're not sure. He's a Vikings fan, I'm a Who that, but it's
right.
football. So
It's
we go.
football. Right.
And commercial breaks, they playing new shoes.
Mm,
We
mm,
heard it
mm, mm,
throughout.
mm, 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 mm,
Mm,
mm,
mm,
mm,
mm,
mm.
mm, mm.
You like what?
Yeah, they
Well,
were
my
playing
cousin,
it.
when he asked me that, and Soul Finger, don't lie, this is way after both of those songs are big. This is like 15 years ago. So this is like 2008. He asked me this. Them songs had already been out 20 years.
Yeah,
And he asked me, and I'm like, yo, I don't know. Because the obvious
that's a
answer
good
would
one.
be Sweet Dreams, right?
Sweet, you would think because it was on both of them was on MTV.
Yeah.
Annie Lennox, she
Yes.
had a certain look, because it was
Right.
crypto. You look at the video, she in a suit. You
Right.
can see women in a whole suit with red hair and the way it was going down. But
Right.
then that song, while I would say new shoes, you see it more at stadiums.
Right.
You hear Sweet Dreams more in movies and TV shows
Right.
and commercials.
Right.
But everybody knows both songs equally. I don't care where you're from. Cats were bumping that in the hood.
Right. That was the joint.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was a banger. It was a banger, bro. It's like when you heard the song, you like, yo, I don't know.
because the
See,
Sweet Dreams
oh,
is her voice. Because it was if you listen to it, it was a haunting song.
yeah, and the synthesizers in it.
Synthesizer, yeah, in the '80s. Because you know what, Freezy? I also put it up there, and I'm not trying to jump the hijack it or take it a different way, but I also put it up there with Phil Collins.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Because and I'm gonna say what I seen by that is in the Air of Night because it's almost Air of Night is more. I say in the Air of Night is more iconic
Right.
than that, but it's in that area. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because the way it kind of and that the synthesizer, and it was a simple beat.
Yeah.
Simple, little simple like that.
Right. Right. Catchy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah.
like I said, when videos were first popping, it was one of those you looking at it like, man, this shit it was like it was out there, but you couldn't stop looking at it.
Right. Right.
And her
M-
voice.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So, cause my man, no lie, I guess I could call his name now because I keep trying to hide his name, and then I keep saying his name. So, but I grew up on this block in Jersey City, and one of the OGs on the block was a dude named Phaser D. You know what I'm saying? He ain't had no family. He was like a street dude. He was a street dude for real, like a real street dude. Like he ain't had no family. Family put him out when he was like 13. He was like, to make a long story short, he was kind of like what you imagine DMX would be in real life, except without the crack and without pit bulls, and he was stocky, right? But he would go to the clubs and he would come back. He'd be like, you know what I mean? Yo, Uncle Freezy, yo, I'm telling you, son. Yo, I'm telling you, they put on this joint, and all the chicks was in there just touching each other and shit. They was just, this is how he talk, right? This is how he talk, right? So he said, he was like, I was like, yo, I was like, Phaser D, I'm only like 14, right? You telling me these adult stories and stuff. Yo, I'm like 13. He's like, yo, you gotta grow up. You know what I mean? You gotta be the man. Yo, who gonna run the block when I'm gone? And I'm like, I don't care nothing about running no block. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I got a you talking about running the block, bro? I got a
You know.
toy in my pocket. You know what I'm saying? This is me, right? You know what I'm saying? But
Run the
but
block.
anyways, but
You
but
like run the block. I'm trying to run around the block.
yeah, I'm trying to make the basketball team. You ain't talking about running the block. But anyway, so he was like, yo, they put on this joint and it was like these bells and these tinkling bells. I'm like, yo, and this is not so I may not have been 13. I may have been I forget what age I am, but whatever it is, Phaser D is like 5 years older than me. But in
Yeah.
street life, 5 years is an entire generation. You feel me? Like if you 10
Hmm.
and somebody 15, they old enough to be your daddy. You know what I'm saying? If you 10 and your man's is 15 and somebody come up and they 20, that's like your granddaddy. You know what I'm saying? This is like what it's like in where I grew up at, right? So my man comes up and he was like, yo, they was playing this joint and yo, everybody was just out on the dance floor, just rubbing and touching on each other, man. It was like, yo, it was like this vibe. I was like, you making me feel uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? You making me feel uncomfortable, boss. You know what I'm saying? And so he trying to tell me the name of the song. Like he was like, yo, I think the name of that joint was Borderline by some chick. She was singing about some borderline and everybody. And I was like, yo, Crazy, didn't you tell me the other day y'all ran up on somebody and y'all beat up like 50 dudes and you got hit in the face with a spike bat and they set you on fire with gasoline and pit bulls chewed your arm off and you put it back on and you tell me all these war stories and you tell me you was in the club dancing to
Rubbing and touching on
Madonna?
people. Yeah, the Madonna rubbing and touching on people you didn't know.
Yes. Yes. And shout out to Chuck. Shout out to Chuck Allen. He was like, Chuck told me, I didn't know at the time. And I said it took, man, 50 years later, it took Chuck to tell me they was playing Borderline in the club, and these dudes was on ecstasy.
Yeah.
But he trying to tell me, he trying to describe the mood. I'm like, that don't sound gang. That don't sound like street dude stuff. You know,
Yeah, that ain't hard. That you
you
like
you
you like
you
to say,
told
man,
me,
that you like, man, that ain't gangster.
yeah, you told me you fought 80 cops, and the only reason why you lost is because you got tired. You know, so these are the kind of stories he would tell me, right? He would tell me like, I went to East New York, and I fought like 100 dudes back to back, no break. And the last dude I beat up gave me a cigarette. Like he telling me these war stories, right? And I'm like, but wait a minute, you that guy, but you's dancing to Tinkling Bells, Borderline. I was like, yo, I don't want to hear no more. He's like, son, listen. And I'm like, no, I don't want to hear no more of this, bro. I don't want to, I don't want to hear no more of this. I wonder if I take you home. No, I don't want to. I want to hear five. Hey, I want to hear 5 minutes of funk. Boom, boom, doom, doom, doom. He's like, but no, man, but the girl, they was playing the girl joint, and man, and I was like, yo, man, nah, I don't never want to go to the club, bro. He's like,
Now they're
nah,
gonna
man,
have
it's
me.
cool, it's cool.
Yeah. Hey, now it's gonna have me rubbing on people I don't know,
And people
sweating
rubbing
all over
me.
the place. People rubbing me, and
You don't know where all them hands coming from.
yeah, and they
You know what I'm
dancing
saying?
the border. They dancing the borderline. So, and then and you at an age, you a little fella. You like what is a
What?
borderline?
Yes. No. And when I'm talking to him, Soulfinger, guess what kind of shirt he got on?
Don't tell me he had on one of them
Yes. One
pastel
of them,
like
no, one of them. No, not now. He ain't going that
silk.
far now. Remember, he a gank now. He ain't going that far, but he did have on a silk shirt, a black silk shirt, all sweated through because he was
The
dancing all
sweated
night.
dancing. Yeah, he was on that. Yeah, he was full of X. So he
Yeah,
sweated through the silk shirt,
yeah,
and he probably had all kinds of salt stains.
yes, yes. And you know how like you know what I'm saying, back then they had a soft pack of Newports, right? So people
Yeah,
be bumping you or whatever, and you pull out a cigarette and the cigarette be all curved.
curved and bent,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
curved and bent like
man.
in the cartoons.
Yeah, man. He out here he out here he
And he
out here
can't light it
smoking the
because
surfboat, the cigarette doing
yeah,
like this.
and it's all the cigarette all damp.
with tobacco come falling out the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
And hey, and let me ask you, when he was talking to you, Freeze, his eyes were all bugged out.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
And Bloodshot. Yes.
Bloodshot.
Yes.
Yo, son, you gotta understand this, B.
Yeah.
Yo,
Yo, you gotta
son.
grow up sometime, man. And I'm out there, and listen, no lie, I'm out there in like Pink Panther pajama pants and a wife beater because my grandmother told me to take the trash out. And he out here in some club clothes. You know what I'm saying? He done had on for like 20 straight hours. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, this right here is crazy.
So he come back smelling like Newports, drink,
Yes.
jupe.
And Subway.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
And the
mixes.
Subway, not sandwiches. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. But yeah,
Oh,
but yeah, hey, so chat, tell me what y'all think though. Tell me what y'all think about the question. Which one do y'all think had more of an impact? Sweet Dreams or um
damn.
yeah, Illmatics. Yeah, yeah. Illmatic, when I said white beater, he know what I'm talking about. Yeah, a BVD. Yeah.
Hmm.
Probably a red one. Back then, you know what I'm saying? You red or blue or black, something like that. Something hard. No, or maybe a white one, a gray, silver one or something. But yeah, man. So Sophie, what you think? Is it cut and dried? Should I know better? Should I know that it's Sweet Dreams?
It's I kind of lean more to Sweet Dreams because movie wise, but when you think back at it, I don't care where you go with arena. Freezy. How many times did you hear it when you went to the Knicks Charlotte game
About four
and
times.
at East? Okay, and that was it. Then what about the Knicks Orlando?
And 4 times in 2 hours, that's a lot, bro.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
But you heard it in another arena too, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Everywhere. You hear it everywhere.
Oh, and Freezy. I've been to Padre games
Yeah.
at when
Yeah.
before they built before Petco was built. Was at Qualcomm. Guess what?
Yeah.
They played it there.
They
Petco,
played it there,
they,
bro.
yo, they played about 5, 6 times.
Yeah. Yeah. That's just what it is. You know what
Actually,
I'm saying? Yeah.
it's even on Grand Theft Auto.
Get out of here.
Uh-huh.
Are you serious?
Yeah. New Shoes is on Grand Theft Auto.
Wow. Wow. Now ask how many music lovers, ask music lovers about new shoes, and they'll be like, who?
You ever heard of New Shoes? No, I got some new shoes.
Yeah, people don't even know who New Shoes is. Yeah, but let me get back to you. Let me get back to your question. I think it was a really good question. Um,
Hmm.
you brought up loose ends, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you brought up loose ends, right?
Yeah.
Um, I love loose ends, right? I don't know if I love them more than I love Timex Social Club.
Ooh.
I don't know if I love them more than I like Black Box.
Mm.
I don't know if I love them more than I like um what's the group with Karen Wheeler in it?
Soul to soul.
Soul to Soul. Yeah. Yeah. But I like loose ends though.
Well,
I
I would say this. Loose ends opened the door for all those other groups.
okay.
They opened the door and they kicked it in for them because hanging on a string. I got the first album, right?
Right.
I got the first album, and that cuts on it. But hanging on a string is the one. Still, it's still it has it stood the test of time
Yeah.
because you can put it on and everybody's singing it. I don't care where you are. Oh, I mean, cats are singing. That's still there. I mean, hell, I'm still rolling around. Back when even when I had my Honda looking like something off Fast and the Furious with 212s, I'm
Right.
rolling through the cut. I'm bumping that.
Right. 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 I man, I got the best of loose ends, right?
Mm,
And hanging on the string, slow down, stay a
mm-hmm.
little wild child.
Hey, little wild
Man,
child.
oh my
Not
god.
your remote control.
Yes. Yes. And I'm not even gonna lie to you, bro. There's like there's some joints that they said they also did Lean on Me, right?
Um, I don't remember. Oh,
Or
and I
was that
got the
Time at
album.
Social Club?
No, that's Time at Social Club. Time at Social Club just lean on me.
Okay. Okay.
Cause
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you their last Lucian's last album. I want to say last. It was not the last one. Yeah, last album before last. Mantronic produced it.
Get out of here.
Hmm.
So did the group man trying to, or did just Kurt produce it?
I want to say with Kurt from Mantronic.
Okay. 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 Club Nouveau. I forgot about them DSJ.
Yeah,
Club Nouveau did
it was
Lean on
Club
Me.
New. They did lean on me. Time at Social Club didn't do that. That's right.
Yeah. Yeah. Club Nouveau did Lean on Me. That's right. That's right. DSJ with your old ass. DSJ remember everything, bro. DSJ remember everything, bro. That's crazy. Yeah, man. I forgot about Club Nouveau just that fast, bro. Man.
But you know what happened? Their success, Club Nouveau, I
What's that?
think what hurt them was Lean on Me. It was
Right.
so big that you forget about the other songs. Because you
And
remember, people forget about look. They forget about rumors.
yeah, yeah. Rumors was the joint.
Yeah, but
Rumors
a lot of
and oh, I'm sorry.
no. Go ahead, free.
I was no. I'm just gonna just real quick. Well, I think what happened to them is they kind of got caught into. They got caught in that 10 call pile up that I like to say that I like to mention. You know how like sometimes groups get caught, they get caught up in a wash, so to speak.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think Timex Social Club, I think Club Nouveau, Soul to Soul, I think all of them got caught up at the very beginning of New Jack Swing and they stayed in their lane and New Jack Swing just slid them out of the picture. You know,
And
because
out of those groups, I think the one that really stood the test of time was Soul to Soul. You
yeah,
hear more of them. It's I say Soul to Soul than Timex Social Club because everybody you hear Lean on Me and Rumors play. But with Soul to Soul, you've heard that Keep On Moving.
keep on
I mean,
moving, don't stop,
yeah.
no, keep on
And
moving.
then even Karen Willis' solo album was good.
Yeah, yeah. I remember dating a girl, man. I was 21. I was like 21. I think I was in like Fort Polk, Louisiana. So this had to be like 89 or 90 or something. I don't know. And she had a mixtape of like all of those and basically what it was, and I didn't know it at the time, was like a neo R&B sound, right?
That's what it
Because
was.
yeah, yeah, it was like a neo R&B. It wasn't classic R&B, right? So it wasn't like Purple Rain or Bad or none of that. It was like very solely. It was like disco soul slowed down on an R&B tip, kinda. You know what I'm saying? Like it had a disco vibe to it. But like um Loose Ends had a joint a bridge and they saw in one of these songs and it goes, "Is this the part you take my heart and wipe your feet on?"
Yeah.
You remember that? Is this the part you
Up
take
to
my
take
heart
my
and
heart
wipe
to
your
ride the
feet
feet
on?
on.
Yeah, you remember that? Yeah, yeah. And little stuff like that. That's like when songs had bridges. You remember when
Mm-hmm.
songs had bridges?
Man, that seems like so long ago.
Songs
And
don't have songs don't have
they don't have
feelings no
bridges.
more.
You don't have bridges, and you don't have the mega mix, the remix. You
Right.
remember you used to get the 6 minute cut because
Yeah.
the intro in there. The intro had to go for at least a good 3-4 minutes.
Right.
For you
Right.
going in on that single. Remember the like Computer Love, prime example,
Yeah. Yeah.
remix to that,
Oh,
the extended version rather.
the extended version. Man. Yeah, and DSJ said songs don't have intros. Yeah, that's what Soulfinger was talking about. Songs don't have intros. They don't even have outros, bro. No intro, no outro, no bridge to connect the verse to the hook. It's just a
Mm-hmm.
verse and hook, verse and hook, verse and hook, verse and hook. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, verse and chorus, verse and chorus, verse and chorus. But back in the day, you had to have a verse, a bridge, and a chorus. You know what I'm saying? And man, I
Yeah, a
saw,
lot of that's like lost art.
yeah, I'm one of the best new songs. It's not new anymore because this song is probably about 30 years old. About not 30, but maybe going on 30. It's a song called Return of the Mac by Mark Morrison.
We were
You,
just talking about that.
yo, that song had a hook in it, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so he had a song, he had a hook on it. The bridge on it is, yes, I did. Yes, I did. Yes, I do. Return of the Mac. Return of the Mac. And so
Oh,
he,
nah.
yeah, he had a bridge and it connected the verse. Because the verse, to quite honest, I was like, man, I ain't want to hear about no crying ass man talking about some
Mm-hmm.
girl did him wrong. Oh, girl, you did me wrong. You did me wrong. I ain't want to hear all that. I just wanted to hear the bridge and the chorus, right? Because the music was fire.
Well, you had that. Well, look at what what's his name? Just got paid
Yeah,
Friday. Tony
Johnny Kemp.
uh, Johnny Kemp. Yeah, Johnny Kemp.
Yeah,
Was that Tony? But yeah, Johnny Kemp. We were just talking, and he had it.
yeah, yeah,
And I was looking at, you know, it was crazy. I was just scrolling through Instagram, and it was a reel on there saying when you're that one homeboy that know all the ad libs
yeah,
to a song,
yeah,
and it was Drew Hill Beauty.
yeah,
So my man, he's seen it, but his boy was doing all the I mean, every ad lib on there,
yeah,
even in the chorus. When the chorus is going, he's ad libbing. You know, and that's one of the songs that you had back then that had the chorus, had the you had the ad libs, you had the hook. They had all that in that song.
yeah,
But look how far back we're talking though.
yeah, man. Yeah, man. My me and Mo, I think me and Mo came. I think we that was like our anniversary song. For that was like a when it first came out. It came out for like our third anniversary or something, like our fourth anniversary. And I heard it
Uh,
on the radio. I was
Beauty.
like, yeah.
Yeah, man.
What it is I had the Drew Hill album. I just
Hmm.
I just had my favorite songs on there. I would never get to Beauty.
Well, I went through it. Once I hit Beauty, I was stuck.
Right.
That was my
Right.
cut right there.
That was the jam,
That
bro.
was my cut. And then that's back when we were making CDs.
Yes.
You
Yes.
know, you had to have certain. It's like, you know, certain songs had to always be on. If I made one, I always had like two or three songs that would always pop up on the cut. I
Yeah.
mean, on the CD. You know, it's like your standard. You know, your stamp. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. Man. I ain't even gonna lie to. Oh, let me do a refresher real quick. Hey everybody. So if you just joined, man, you watching vibes and stuff with your man Uncle Freezy. I'm joined by Soul Finger. We talking bubblegum pop music. Some that was the main topic. We kind of drifted a little bit. It's vibes and stuff. That's why we call it vibes and stuff because we set the vibe and then there's other stuff. You know what I'm
A
saying?
lot of stuff. A lot of
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, yeah. But I was talking to Soul Finger, man. Y'all know I write part time. Like I write on the side, and so I was trying to get into a vibe, and so I listen to certain music, and then that kind of gets me focused. So I put a link. If you're watching this, I put a link to the first book up here on in the chat. I have it pinned. If y'all can check it out, man, I greatly appreciate it. It'll do a lot for my confidence. The money part, man, listen, if I could do it cheaper, I would, but it's like $2.99. You know what I'm saying? I don't really ask you guys for anything, you know what I'm saying? But if you could support me in this, man, it'll help my confidence, man. I'm trying to do something bigger and better. So if you click on it, man, show your support. Whether you read a few chapters of it, man, and tell people what you think, spread the word, whatever it is, man. Support your guy, man. And I promise I'll do the same with y'all. You know what I'm saying? But Soul Finger on to this point though, man. To this point, we are talking about like the bubblegum side of stuff. Well, let me ask
Hmm.
you this: who is your favorite bubblegum group? Like when you was 12, 13 years old, who was your favorite group? Like who did you identify with?
See, and that was the problem, Freeze. Well, for me, I was so much in the funk and the R&B
So was it is
more
was it
so.
Tavares?
Uh, no, I would probably
a penny for your thought,
finish
a
for your
nickel for your
thoughts.
kiss.
I would have to say, well, damn.
Was it Earth, Wind, and Fire?
I mean, yeah, man, I was in it. Yeah, Earth, Wind, and Fire was my thing, man.
Or if you're 50, like if you're like 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 50, whatever, it might be New Edition.
I was thinking it was if I had to pick like the bubblegum, it was New Edition. It would have to
Right,
be.
right,
But
right.
for me, I like the because I was feeling while everybody and this is why I was an oddball with it. While they bumping, while they singing, doing New Edition, I'm over here with Cameo.
Sparkle
Man,
in
what?
your eye.
Eyes. Yeah. And like you said, we talking about Gap Band, Yearning. Oh man,
Yeah,
that was my cut. So I was on that. And like I said,
yeah,
SOS Band,
yeah.
Sands of Time, Tell Me,
Oh
um,
man,
man, what that
just
was
be good to me. I don't
just be
care
good to
about the
me.
other
Yeah.
girl. Just be good to me.
Weekend love.
Oh, that was a
Oh.
that's the joint. Yeah, man.
Hey, so that was me. I was like feeling that. Tina
Yeah,
Marie. I'm feeling that was me. Cause
yeah, yeah,
because I remember all the girls in the neighborhood used to love New Edition.
yeah,
And Candy Girl come on, they up over there, and I was like, okay, but it still ain't Tina Marie.
yeah, yeah.
Like, they was saying, you're not hanging out on, you're not out on a limb, you
Right.
know, you know, you, you're not talking, it's not like Rick James Fire and Desire, you
Right,
know.
right,
Oh,
right.
so I was kind of like, I was, and then too with my because of my brother, that's what we know it came to music that I was listening to because I was with my brother all the time. He was playing all that,
Right. Right.
the Commodores.
Hey, I'm gonna dip for a second. I gotta use the restaurant. I'll be right back.
All right, freeze. So, but yeah, that was my thing, man. You take it when it going back in the days like that. I grew up mainly listening to a lot of that old funk. Um, Alexander O'Neal, Sherelle. Alexander O'Neal was a bad, bad, bad boy. Um, and then you had the time, Prince. What else? Who else was out there? I'm thinking because it was so much out there at that time, so much good music. Yeah, man, child, the Jets. Yeah, I remember the Jets. Illmatic, yeah, Prince, Adore. But um, during that time, I'm gonna tell you one of my favorite all-time cuts Prince has is on Purple Rain, the Beautiful Ones. That was my cut. That was my cut. And Funky Worm. Oh yeah, I love Funky Worm. I'm gonna tell you one of my other favorite cuts, funk wise. I don't know if anybody has anybody ever heard of Phaso. Phaso was one of the group, and they had a cut, and it was actually on the second Friday movie. When Day Day and Craig were blazing with the I think it was the second one. They were blazing. They had the little cat with them. They started playing this track, "Riding High." Well, that's Phaso. It's one of my favorite cuts.
Yeah, man. Riding
Love
high.
Phaso. Man.
Oh,
I was just rolling in that today.
what?
Yeah, I was just playing that today.
That's a vibe right there, bro.
Man, I keep it on rotation.
Yeah, man. When you listening to that, you like, man, this is something different right here.
Well, and it's a good vibe for me because it was so my youngest nephew was graduating high school.
Yeah.
I took leave. I was I took leave, so I went back to Shreveport, and I had my daughter with me. I had my Pooh Bear with me. So we were gonna drive from Shreveport to Atlanta.
What?
Yeah,
On
we drove.
20.
We
20
yeah,
East. Wide
20
open.
East, wide open. So it was me, my brother in a car because I thought my daughter was gonna ride with me because she is like the ultimate daddy's girl.
Right, right.
But she rode with my sister. Well, mainly because my niece was with her, and that was like her big cousin. She loved her, loved my niece, her cousin. My mom's and my sister, they were in the car. So me and my brother were rolling, and we caught this radio station in Mississippi. And I can't remember for the life. I couldn't tell you the name of it.
Right.
And at this time, when my nephew, this is the year James Brown passed.
Ooh, it's
So
like
we caught a.
2007.
It could have been. I think it is. It
Like
was 2007.
like somewhere around in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So James Brown had passed, and we caught a radio station, man, and they were doing a James Brown tribute. So they playing all the James Brown cuts. And then in between, they were playing other tracks. So we rolling, and Phaso came on. And if you haven't listened to that riding high, just cruising on just rolling down the
On the
interstate,
open road.
open
Yeah.
road, like you said, Freeze, that's a vibe.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I'm telling you, we were rolling, man, that whole time, just rolling. And that cut has been that riding high has been sampled so
About a
many
million
times with so
times.
many
Yep.
people. One of the main tracks, one of the main
Which one?
Brat, no, not Brat. Brat didn't say it. It was Crisscross. Tonight's the
Yeah,
night.
yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah.
Tonight's the night. They sampled it.
Yeah, and for though that's the first song of their second album, right? The
Mm-hmm.
first release of their second album. And
Yep.
they had on that same album, they had a end track with a up and coming artist named The Brat. You had no idea who she was at the time,
She was, yeah.
but she was on this song called "The Bomb." It's the bomb.
Yeah,
I know
yep.
you hear me coming. You know what I'm saying? So you better watch your back.
The
It's the
black, the
bomb.
bomb, yes.
And she tore them up on
Uh,
that. And the next time, and she was so hot after she ripped up them little boys. The next time you heard her, all you heard was baptized in the
in the
funk.
funk.
Yeah, 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 man. Yeah, man, child know his stuff, bro. Surface is my secret weapon. Surface is my secret go to. Like,
Closer than friends. Oh man, yes.
yeah. Oh my god. They have this joint called Happy. Only you can make me
You
happy.
may be. Oh man, yeah.
Yeah.
Free. All right, so they used to play this, and it was like when they used to play Happy on the
Right.
radio back home,
Right.
and it seemed like every time they would play that, they would follow it up with Surface,
Yeah.
not Surface, but um, Don't Disturb This Groove.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
I can't call it,
The
but
system.
yeah, the system. Yeah, they would follow it up with that.
Yeah.
And that was another cut that, man, I don't care where you were. That was a vibe, man.
Right. 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 Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Hey, and so I'm trying to, man, as I think about like the bubblegum pop aspect of stuff, I'm thinking like I think I'm slowly moving towards I think music is greater than what we give it credit for. And how music does DSJ, if you got a second, DSJ, if you got a second, man, I want you to check out what I'm saying to make sure that I'm not high. But music has a tendency to move you and keep you in the same place at the same time.
Facts. You
You
not
know what I'm
high.
saying?
You not you not high. You not high.
You,
You hey, you preaching now, doctor. You
you know how
preaching,
like
doctor.
you know how a song can take you somewhere but hold you in the moment.
Man, yeah.
It's like
It's
it's
like
like
brown sugar freeze. It's like the introduction of brown sugar. Where were you when you first fell in love with hip hop?
bro.
But but in this case, where were you when you heard this song, or what does music? Because music brings people together.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. It's like when I first um I'm trying to think of the Janet song with her and all the girls are in the room with the tape. She got the tape, and this is like Janet '93.
Oh, you told I know what you're talking about. That's um that's the way love goes.
That's the way love goes, right? When I re-met Mo, because we knew each other in high school or whatever, but blah blah blah. I wasn't that guy for her in high school. I was like the egomaniac, right? You know, so a lot of people told me like, man, you was in high school, you just thought you was Mr. Everything. And I was like, well, I was Mr. Everything. But anyway, no, I think Mo was washing her car. She had a raggedy piece of shit car, right? Like an old rust bucket, right? But I think she was playing That's the Way Love Goes. And I saw her and she had like the Janet clothes on, the mid
Mm-hmm.
shirt, what I'm saying, her little belly out, the little abs, the little it was the early 90s. Don't judge us, bro. Don't judge us because
I know, look,
I'm
I
a
know what you're talking about because that's, I mean, that was Pooh
so
Bear's mom.
she
Same thing out here.
yeah, so she the belly ring and like the belly, the shit, the belly chain they used to wear around
Mm-hmm.
there. You know what I'm saying? She out there saying, and I'm out there with some Jabot jean on and you know what I'm saying, probably a Kalkanai t-shirt or something. And I see her, I'm like, damn. And she out there dancing to I never forget it, bro. It's like a movie. It was like a Wiz is in the building. What's good, Wiz? But she out there doing her thing. She out there in the sun dancing, watching her old raggedy piece of shit. I get mad at it because after we started dating, it used to let her down, and I had to come find her wherever she was. Back then finding people when they broke down is not the same as finding people now. But
Yeah,
but
just
anyway,
drop me. Hey, drop the pin where you at.
yeah,
That's what we do now. Yeah,
yeah, that's
where
what we
you
do
at?
now.
Where you at? Well, I gotta find a little. Give me a landmark. Where you at?
I'm down the street from some trees.
You know what? Hey, over there with by the TGNY. What's TGNY?
What in the world? Yeah, you like, yeah, yeah. So I remember re-meeting her and seeing her. I'm like, dang, she got. I'm thinking this is me thinking, damn, she got cat eyes. She got them. She got cat. Okay, I see you over there, boss. I go over there. I'm like, shoot my game. I felt like I was the most confident dude on the planet. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, so I go holler. I'm like, why are you watching this piece of shit? Why don't your man just buy you a new car? You know what I'm saying? This is me, just or whatever. And she like, get out of my yard. You know what I'm saying? I don't want you over here. You nasty. So all these different things, right? But us meeting, every time I hear that song, That's the Way Love Goes, I think about the first time that I talked to Mo as an adult, right? So even if I'm sitting here, like when y'all was talking about That's the Way Love Goes, that song, even though I could not hear the song in my mind, it still took me to that place
Take place.
back in the
Yeah,
early 90s when Mo was watching that raggedy POS and both of us was broke trying to find our way. Both of us are like military folks trying to, what I'm saying, trying to figure out some stuff. Bro, you know how it is. You
yeah.
23, 24, you just trying
Shoot,
to
you
figure
said,
out life. You know what
yeah.
I'm saying?
Because I know when that came out, I was in 29 Palms. That came out a year before Pooh Bear was born.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, I was in 29 Palms,
Yeah,
stationed up
man.
there.
Yeah, man.
And we
That's
used
why.
to play that track, man. Look, we played that. That CD, one of the biggest, one of my big purchases, the first big purchase I had besides my car was my stereo.
Right.
And that's back when you had the component set and it come in
Yes.
the case and everything and all that with the big speakers, and the 8 disc changer and all like that. That's what I had for you. So, I'm big time with it with the dual cassette. I'm big dogging it. And I
Yeah.
love that. It was a Kenwood. Love that thing.
Right.
I spend out, trying to get the EQ, all that. But
Right.
one thing I played that CD stayed in rotation.
Yes. Yes.
That's the
I
way love goes.
That's the
Was
way love goes. And the joint was so funky when you heard it.
yeah,
It was like a little, you know what I'm saying? Like with me, I ain't gonna lie. At the same time, I had an old raggedy black POS 1980 Saab with the grape soda tint. Like you know how your tint be so bad it start fade and turn purple, got the bubbles in it.
yeah.
They used to call my joint grape soda. You know, so they all kind of can. When you're in the military, people find all kind of ways to pick on you, right? They found
Yeah.
all kind of ways to to crack jokes. They call it my car knee high. You know what I'm saying? Call it my car Kool Aid. You know what I'm saying? But every time I tip
That's
it,
like my boy. He had a it was a 1980 Chevy Impala,
right.
and well, we just call it we called it the Murder Mobile. I'm gonna get into all that, but we call it the Murder Mobile. I got a whole story about that damn ride. Oh
Right.
man, one hot day in San Diego.
Right. Bro. Mm, bro. It's just when you said riding high, bro, it just take you back so fast. Like another song, like another song that take me back, right? Like zoom me right to a moment,
Oh,
right?
oh, see, Freeze, you got me making a stank face. You get a nerve. You get us chocolate folk making that stank face. Oh, you took me there when you said that.
T-
Zoom,
yeah, yeah, yeah. Talking about the Commodores
man,
or
yeah.
Big
And
Bub.
also either both. But
Yeah,
the Commodores, of course, that OG with that big look. If any remix wise, Big Bub did that justice.
Big
I have to
Bub
give the
took that thing,
man.
man. Listen, oh, okay. So I got so two songs were remixed during that same year, right? That
Talking
that
about
I
Ribbon in
kind
the
that I
Sky,
kind of
Ribbon in the Sky.
yes,
Now
yes.
now Freeze, I didn't mean to cut you off because you said two songs. I already knew what you're talking about, and my man put his foot in that.
When Stevie Wonder heard it, he was like, "Y'all can have it."
Man,
When
that
Stevie
one's
Wonder
that's
heard it, I saw an interview. Stevie Wonder said after he heard the finished version, he said he heard them sing it live. He's like, okay, yeah, y'all can do it. Yeah, y'all can do it. Y'all got my blessing. But then when he heard the production version,
man.
man, listen,
But did he? Hey, but then what got me was when they went to church with it.
yes, yes, yes,
When he went to church with it, and the piano in the back, and they were bringing it up, and then he came back. I was like, oh yeah. So I was in 29 Palms when I first got put on the intro. My man Nate, he was from Florida. He was from Miami.
yeah,
And he had one of them systems, man. He had the biggest speakers at that time I ever seen in my life.
right,
In my eight, I was what, 18, 19, and you know how it is at the barracks,
right, right,
free. And Nate was always me at the time. I'm listening, I listened to it, but I was going through I want nothing but hip hop. I'm listening to
yeah,
rhymes,
yeah,
you know. And I was like, man, that's all I hear you listen to is this slow stuff, man. He said, think about it, man. What I'm doing right now. I said, you chilling. He said, yeah. when you put one of these tracks on, it make you calm down and relax and just look at things
Right.
as they come. I say, ain't nothing wrong with hip hop, but when you put it in, you listen to rap, it's gonna make you run around and keeping you hype and all that.
Right.
You need, I said, you sit down and chill, young fella.
Yeah.
So I said, all right. And what he would always do, my boy have his. Now my man looked like, and he did. We used to call him my man Nate. He looked like Marvin Hagler.
Right.
He looked like Marvin Hagler. He was built like Hagler,
Right. Right.
but he would sit up there with his Planters cheese balls and his Hawaiian punch,
Yeah.
and he would be
Talking
playing
about in the
these.
can, right? In the can, right?
Yeah, in the
Yeah.
can,
Yeah.
and he'd be playing these cuts.
Yeah.
He'd be playing all that.
Yeah.
So, but he played that intro.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, you got to play that again.
Yeah. Is
That
intro the greatest group of that era? That new soul era? That hip hop soul era?
mm, man, that's a good one, Freeze. They were well, they were contenders in there, but the thing is, and I guess you could say because Troop came in during that, they were still around. Troop was still pretty strong at that time.
Troops, Troops, um, third album, Sweet November.
Sweet November, yes,
Yeah, man,
yes.
it got some adult jams on there, bro. Where you like, ain't really no popcorn on there. And so the second album, um, the first album was named what Troop, and
Yep,
and the second album is named Attitude, right?
attitude, yeah.
Or vice versa. One of them,
No,
Attitude,
it
and
was
then Troop.
attitude, and then the last one was Troop because on Troop they had to cut deeper on that. That was a
Okay.
head buster cut.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And so and so on the first album, they had the joint Mamacita on it. Remember that?
Mamacita,
When you first
yeah.
heard it, I was like, this reminds me of Casanova.
Yeah.
Casanova.
Uh, Me
Yeah,
and
Romeo
Romeo
ain't never
were
been.
ain't never
When,
been friends.
when you heard it, you like,
Yes.
okay. So as soon as you hit the button for Casanova to come on, you like Mark Gordon produced that. That
Mm-hmm.
sounds just like Levert. Soon as you hear Mamacita, Mamacita, that's Levert. That's Mark Gordon and Gerald Levert right there. Soon as I heard it, I was like, dang, that sounds like Levert. Soon as I heard it. So
Well, see, yeah. I would say that's like that was the era of the Jerry Curl R&B,
yeah. Yeah.
or the S Curl R. Well, it was Jerry Curls. There was a lot of Jerry Curls and a lot of S Curls during that
Yeah,
era.
man. Yeah, man.
You had to have at least three stripes in your head, three parts in your
At
head.
least three parts.
Not two, but three. You had to have three,
Yeah.
and they all had to be at some kind of angle.
Yeah. And you
Oh,
had to have at least two necklaces.
two necklaces, herringbones,
Yes.
and you had to have a T because you had to have the back of the hair in the V, so
Yeah.
you had a long tail,
Yeah.
or you had the flat top mullet. The brothers had the
Yes.
flat top fade mullet.
Yep. 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 And no and so it brings me to this thing. Another thing, since we're talking about music, I want to get it. So we talked about the bubblegum pop part for like an hour. I want to talk about. I want to chat. I want to talk to y'all, and Soulfing is an expert, right? I want to talk to y'all about slow jams.
Oh, here we go.
So
Let's
so
get it.
my thing is I don't know what a slow jam is anymore.
They have changed. They have changed. They have changed. You know. Shalimar actually has a cut. It's been off a little bit, and they sing about that. Nobody slow dances anymore. That's the name of the song. I got it. I'll send. If you hadn't heard it, Freeze, I'll send it to you.
Okay. Okay.
I got it, and it'll put you in that mindset of the '80s, what we were talking about. And you're
Right.
right. They don't the love songs have changed because They were
See
still
that, see
talking about
that
the
right
same
there.
thing.
So that right there is where things start to get difficult. Because
Yeah.
is there a difference between a love song and a slow jam?
Well, yeah. See the slow jam. See, yeah, because you slow drag, or people say slow dance or whatever.
Yeah.
You slow drag, and it just depends on what it was. Because all right, computer love, you slow drag
Right.
to that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You
Right.
slow drag to that.
But look at the beats per minute in computer love.
Yeah.
Look at the beats per minute. Computer
And
love
it,
is
it,
kind
it
of
had
like
a
a mid
it's up
tempo.
tempo, yeah, mid tempo, but cats was still they was slow
Slow
dragging to
drag
it.
to it. Yeah.
But then you had Keith Sweat. How deep is your love?
Yeah. Right.
And
And
then
so
you had I'm
yeah.
trying to go ahead, freeze, because I'm thinking of another cut.
No, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off, but
Oh no no
but
no
but
no no.
but think about this. Like to me, the ultimate paradox. Excuse me. I don't know why water makes me burp. It's crazy. But anyway, the ultimate paradox is make it last forever.
You beat me to it.
Right.
Ooh, get out my head. And I'm gonna have to put the foil paper on my head because you read my mind.
Right.
I was
Right.
just about to say that. And
Bro,
you right.
it's the ultimate paradox because when you look at
It's
the beats per minute
minute, yeah.
on Make It Last Forever, you know what I'm saying? Especially the tom toms on there.
Yeah.
You like, yo, the beats per minute is kind of up there. But the name of the song is Make It Last
Make it
Forever.
last forever. And if you listening what he's saying, it's mid is a mid up slightly is a up it's a mid tempo, slightly high tempo love song.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And so can a love song be a slow jam at the same time? I mean, I don't know.
Well, I'll tell you this, Reese. I've actually put that on CDs on my CDs with all my slow tracks. I would open it up with that, and
Right.
then everything slowed down. But it was always based off tempo or whatever else.
Right.
Um, well, just like his other cut, Sweat had. Tell me, tell me, is me you want,
Yeah.
baby?
Yeah.
And but it was kind of that beat.
Yeah.
It was kind of a mid tempo, but you consider his whole album like a love until Stop Your Love, Don't Stop
Yeah.
Your Love. That was fast, but the others was like,
Because it started off as girl. He just said off
yeah,
the rip, girl. And you
girl.
like, okay, I gotta hurry up and get to the floor and start dancing. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
But then you come up with Freddie Jackson, and he talking about, well, you are my lady,
Right. See, that's what I'm
everything I
saying.
need. And then when I say this person, then it and it used to be a controversy because it was always the great debate who was the best one. When you follow up with Luther,
Right.
and he was slow,
Yeah.
I mean, so yeah, but that make it last forever freeze. I would say that in this case, and I think that was probably well, that's a love it's a love song if you listen to what he's saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But slow jams are like for instance, I give you an
Yeah,
example. Certain slow songs I don't want to dance to. I just want to be with my
yeah,
girl, like in the same room or like on a
hmm
chair on a sofa or something. Uh, I'll give you an example. The side two of the Tender Lover album by Babyface,
mm.
right? The one with I'll buy your clothes, I'll cook your dinner too.
You
Soon as
done
I
it too,
yeah,
yes. As soon
soon
as
as I
I
get
get
home from
home to
work.
work.
That I don't want to dance to that, but I love listening to it.
You love this. That's something you chilling with your lady with.
Yeah.
You know,
Now, um, a group he produced, his brothers, they had a song called "Taking My
Add,
Time."
yeah.
After Seven had a song called "Taking My Time,"
After seven, yeah.
bro. classic slow jam you got to listen to.
What would you think about As Yet?
See, that's another group. I really don't want to dance to that. I just want to listen to it.
Yeah.
Right. But I tell you a song that I would dance to, a slow song that I would like to um dance to. I'll pull Mo out on the floor right now. It's a slow song by Al B. Sure has two slow
Oh,
songs I think
LBG.
are
Yeah.
underrated slow jam classics.
With
Underrated
Natalie.
Natalie and Ooh
Yeah.
This Love Is So on the
Ooh, the
first
love
album.
is. I knew you gonna say that. Yeah,
Y-
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. Those are two head busters. People slept on that,
yeah,
especially the ooh. Well, actually, I can't see back home again. If cats had if they were lumbing in the trunk, they had them beats in the trunk. Cats were rolling through the city, beating Al B. Shore.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I what year was this? Must have been like 88. Where was I at? So I mean it must have been at like Fort Polk or Fort Hood somewhere. And this girl that I met, she's a lady, yo. When I say girl, I'm talking about when you 20 and she 20. I ain't gonna call her, you know what I'm saying, Miss Thomasina. She 20. She a girl. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So I go over, I sneak in her barracks, right? We sneak in. See, I know the guy, the CQ guy. He's like, oh, who's that? Is that Uncle Freezy? I'm like, God dog it. I was like, okay, I'll go. He's like, no, 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 man. Just be cool. Don't do nothing stupid. Don't set the barracks on fire. Don't pull no fire alarms. Don't shoot nobody while you up here. Cause if you do, then you going to jail. I'm like, man, I ain't doing that. I just wanna look it over. He like, oh. So we go in. She worked for she worked in supply, right? Go in. She played oh God, I can't remember. She plays um it was a girl group. It was a girl group that was out at the time and they had
You
some
said in 88,
yeah, like 87, 88, something like
87,
that.
88. Well, it
Yeah.
wasn't cut close because they had
No,
came
that
out a
was
little later.
way before
That's
Cut
way
Close.
back for cut close.
I think it might have
Uh,
been
then you
I don't
had Terry and Monica. They went by the girls.
um I think it was and it wasn't old. It wasn't like
And I
the
know we ain't
Jones
talking about.
Girls
Yeah, I know you
or
ain't talking
nothing
about the
like that.
good girl, and it ain't the good girls.
It might have been the Good Girls. It might have been the Good Girls. It may have been the Good Girls, bro. But it was like they had slow jams, right? And so she played it, and then I was like, yeah, I don't know. So I took the CD out, and wanted to play "I'll Be Sure," "Killing Me Softly," right? Because I knew that was a joint. And she's like, I don't want to listen to "Killing Me Softly." That's whack. That's for little kids. So if we 20. We 20,
Yeah.
right? We 20, we think we grown, right? So she's like, I don't want to listen to this. She gets up, walk across the room. Beautiful body chick, soul thing. I'm talking about, oh my beautiful body chick, bro. Like, man, I'm talking about gorgeous, bro. And mind you, we in the military, so you know we in shape, right?
Hmm.
Beautiful body chick. Man, she got the room smelling good. And I put on Killing Me Softly. She ain't want to hear that. So she skips the song. So I'm sitting on the edge of the bed. She skips the song to Ooh, This Love Is So. And now, mind you, back then I was not an album listener. I was a song listener. I ain't had no patience. I ain't got no time for that. I ain't got no time to be, you know what I'm saying? I ain't got no time to listen to a
Let
whole
me get to my
album.
whole album. No, man, get to my
Uh,
cut.
I'm gonna just go straight to, you know what I'm saying? I'm skip. I'm the fast forward guy, right? You know how every group of friends have like the fast forward guy? I don't want to hear
Hmm.
that. Fast forward. You know, that was me. But ooh, this love is so comes on. And she put that joint on repeat. And I ain't gonna get into like the details of everything we did and all that being disrespectful and all of that. But You talking about two people that want each other, and you listen to "Ooh, This Love Is So," bro. You like, man. Listen, you tell yo, ain't no that right there, my friend, is a slow jam, right?
Yeah.
Because I ain't thinking about I ain't thinking about say it last night, saw you standing there. No, it ain't none of that. It's like listening to 12 play. Like you remember R.
Man, look,
Kelly 12 play when 12 play
man,
came
yeah.
out?
And see, the thing is, the way that "Ooh, This Love Is So" comes on.
Yeah.
Because I remember the first time I listened to it, I was like, "Oh, what the hell is
What?
this?
This is different. Yeah.
This is way different right here."
Yeah. And then you hear finger snaps. You're
Yeah.
like, who put finger snaps in a song?
Because the only female group I can think of right now is coming to mind around that time, Freeze, was In Vogue.
No, that was this is before In Vogue.
And so I don't know why In Vogue is the only one coming to mind,
So
but
this is
I
like
know it's somebody else.
88. This is like 88, 89. So this is before In Vogue.
Yeah.
This is before Ex Girlfriend. This is before Why Can't You Come Home. This is before SWV. This is before Mary J. Blige. This is before all of that.
I
So I
am
think the
really trying to figure out who.
I think
I'm
the group
trying
is
to,
the Good Girls.
because yeah, it was the Good Girls, and then you had the girls, and the girl, the girls were produced by Al B. Sure, because they sang a lot of backup on his album. It was
Right,
Terry and Monica,
right, right,
and
right.
then you had the Good Girls, and they did have. I remember they had one slow cut on that joint. They had one or two slow cuts on that album. I'm really trying to think who it was.
I'm finding it right. I got it. You know who it is? The group was
Who?
Sweet Obsession.
Sweet.
Sweet
Oh,
Obsession.
okay, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, Sweet Obsession is the name of the group. I had to. So they had some slow jams, bro. They could sing. They man, listen. So she put that on. I was like, yeah, it's all right. You know, you know. So it was good, but for that moment, nah. And and the cliche songs back then were Tenderoni
Yeah.
and Can You Stand the Rain
Mm-hmm.
and Let's Wait a While, the Janet Jackson joint,
Let's
and
wait a while.
yeah,
Tender
and
love.
yeah, Tender Love and Funny How Time Flies when you having fun. All of them joints. Those were the cliche songs,
Now,
right?
you know what's funny? That now that was my cut though. That funny how, but Mike and Janet went off on that. They did go off on that cut. I had to give them their props on that.
Yeah,
However,
yeah,
you're right. That was one of the mainstay songs,
yeah.
mainstream. Like you're right. That was one of my favorites.
That song used to come on the radio so much in New York City. In New York City for like they used to just play the song like the joint was so fire. They would just play this joint during the middle of the day. I'm like, you playing that during the daytime, bro? You come on. But there
Yeah.
was other joints, man. Like Melissa Morgan
Oh
had a
my
joint.
God. Yes.
Um, I forget. I'll tell you the Melissa Morgan joint.
Not baby be mine, but that's Mickey Howard.
Yeah, yeah. Mickey Howard also had Love Under New Management.
Love Under New Management was the one because it
Yeah,
was a lot. It was look that was the breakup track for a lot of women. They tell or they got tired of the cat doing whatever. They tell me they going to find love under new management.
yeah,
They going through their love thing.
yeah. She and Melissa Morgan had the song "Do You Still Love Me,"
Yes,
and she redid "Do Me Baby" by Prince.
that's the cut. That was the cut.
Yeah,
Her do okay.
yeah.
Prince did his, but until if you haven't heard her version of it,
Um,
do yourself a favor. And if you have heard it and you hadn't listened to it in a while, do yourself a favor and treat your ears.
yes, yes. You got to, got to. Some things you have to listen to. You know what I'm saying? Because you like, um, man, you just gotta some songs you just gotta do yourself some just like with this lady, with this lady, she played that song and man child said Sweet Love by Anita Baker.
But
Anita
Anita
Baker had
Baker,
a lot of joints, bro.
man, you can't go wrong with Nita. I mean,
Eight,
Nita was killing it.
88. Yeah. Yep.
Cause yeah,
Yeah.
Do You Still Love Me? That's the other Melissa Morgan track.
Yes, man. Do you still love me?
Love
And
Changes.
yeah. Look, yeah, you know that's Mother's Finest, right? A
Hmm.
very underrated group, Mother's Finest. And she redid Love Changes with Kashif.
Oh man, Kashif.
Yeah.
Wow, I hadn't heard that name, and people don't know about a Kashif.
Hey, Kashif was that
Oh,
dude,
you
man.
had Kashif and Chucky Booker.
Chucky Booker, yep. Chucky Booker was that dude. Man, 80, 88. He had this song called Turned Away.
Yes,
Man, listen, man. Bro. And so when you talk about the romance part of it, like if it's something's a love song, can it also be a slow jam? Can a slow jam be a love song? Um, I heard a lady say one time, no, like I was in a Waffle House. This was last year. This is last year, right? A lady told me with a straight face that oh God, what's the name of the song, man? Um, it's a song you would never think of it as a slow jam. It's similar to the train. Remember I don't ride that train. You ride it.
Love Train.
No, not Love Train, not by that. I'm talking about the the what's who had the song? Was that the Ghost Town DJs?
Ghost Town
Uh,
DJs had "Come on, Ride That
is it-
Train."
eh,
Would you
eh.
ride it?
And then there was another song. Um, I can't remember. But anyway, she was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go home and put on a slow jam." And she said the song. I was like, "That's your slow jam?" My basketball team used to come out the locker room to that. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, so figure people opinions of slow jams is different, bro.
No, it is. And see, to me, a slow jam is something that goes slow.
Right.
You know, but you know what? Midnight Star told you play another slow jam. They had a
Yeah.
track named Slow Jam, and they say play
Yep.
another song that was Slow Jam.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what they did. To me, Slow Jam. Um, well, that's up tempo a little bit.
But didn't they
Tell me.
tell me that's about groove theory?
Well, tell I'm talking about the SOS band's verse. That
If
there's
you still
tell
care about
still
me.
care, you still care about me. Yeah,
Yeah.
tell
Yeah.
yeah. That's kind of like that's kind of like in the range of Make It Last. It's
Yeah.
not as fast. It's a little slower, but it's a little kind of
It's mid tempo. You when
yeah.
you go out to clubs like down here, like the clubs down here will play that during happy hour. Happy hour is the club open at 9:30. Happy hour is like
Mm-hmm.
from 9:30 to
Starts.
about 11:30,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then 11:30, Captain coming, ride, ride, ride. You're gonna be dancing for like 3 hours. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So you get there during happy hour, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Is but 11:30, he's straight up putting on a millie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Yeah,
Definitely.
11:30, he putting on Waka Flocka. But yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, man. I can't remember the name of the song, but it was something like that. Like oh, you know what it is? I got the song in my head. Boy, you should know that. Song is on my mind. A secret admirer. I've been watching you at night. to be your lady, baby. Y'all know what I'm talking
Oh
about.
yeah, yeah.
That is a
Man, that's
slow jam.
Ghost Town DJs. Yeah, Ghost
That
Town DJs. Yeah, man,
that's the song she
yeah.
said is a slow jam.
Yeah, let's Ghost Town DJs. Not man, what? Nah, well, nah. But see, people, I guess it depends on the person. To me, a
I
slow
guess it
jam,
depends on how hood you are.
yeah, that definitely that one too.
Yeah,
That one too. So,
yeah, yeah.
because like I use my favorite group as an example, Levert.
Right,
They had slow jams and they had love songs.
right.
You know, um, the that For Real Though album.
Yeah.
After you do ABC 1 2, well, no, the first because actually that's like when they roll in the Quiet Storm.
Right,
That's a slow cut.
right,
You know, um, Do Things.
right.
Those cuts right there. You go into rope dope style, and you got um all seasons.
It's my jam. It's my jam right
Baby,
there.
I'm ready.
Yep.
See now, Baby, I'm ready. That's a straight love song. Because if you listen
That's
to
the
everything
love
it's done,
song.
that's the straight love song.
Right,
And I ain't gonna lie. I was telling you about the cat to do all the ad libs.
right.
That's me with that one, boy. Let me tell you, when he ooh, I'm oohing too.
Yeah,
Ooh,
yeah,
it's my gut. So, but that's a straight love song.
yeah,
And then
yeah,
ABC 1 2 3, that's a love song.
yeah, yeah.
So groups like Levert, and that zone, they knew how to do love and R&B and put them on the same album.
Right, right,
They give you your up tempo and all like that, you know. Then you still had Guy, and they were doing that thing,
right. Yeah,
you
and
know.
that's that pocket of time that I'm talking about. Like that pocket of time when you said guy, when you mentioned guy, like I'm talking about like the Piece of My Love era.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And all that. Guy album to me is a classic too, but it's also I'm the fast forward guy. Like
Hmm.
when you in that room with what I'm saying, and I ain't trying to get too what I'm saying, over the top with it. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Like in that
You
romantic
setting the
time.
mood. You trying to set the mood.
Yeah, yeah, like in that romantic time. You not putting on Captain coming, ride, ride, dun 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 dun
Yeah.
dun. Nah, you ain't
Well,
trying to.
see, and that's back then too. Free. Well, when we were still doing tapes,
Yeah,
and you knew each tape. You had a tape for each occasion of how you was trying to set the mood and how it's supposed to go, and how you build it up. And then technology came. You had your CDs, which you were doing the same thing.
and you would program that
Yes.
CD carousel, and you hear the end of the song fade out, and then you hear that thing lift up, and then you hear it come down real clunky, clump, and then you
Hmm.
hear, whirling, trying to get to this, trying to get to the track, and then you look over there, and it'll say CD3 track number 8.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then it'd be R. Kelly, seems like you ready.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, boy. Hey, technology is something now.
But I'm telling you, boy, it used to be the key to moments.
Yeah. Oh man. I bought that from the PX, bro. The CD carousel, the one
Man.
the 8 CD player, where it is
Hmm.
is two turntables of 4 CDs each, and it'll say table 1 CD number and then track number, and then table 2 CD number and then track. Man, you couldn't tell me nothing in the barracks.
Man, look, that's just like when I had the 8 disc changer in my car.
Yeah, yeah,
And like I said, when I had my Honda, as I call him, the man, I had the man rolling.
yeah,
I had somebody had a little something in the car with me, so I was like, I already knew the first 4 CDs were all nothing but just bass, so I'm just knocking,
yeah,
you know. But the other 4, I had it set, so it depends. Oh, I'm picking up so and so.
Yeah.
Oh, let me hit CD number 6.
Bro, and don't mess around and let it be somebody that you was trying to get with for a minute.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody you've been trying to get with for a minute. You like, oh,
Yeah, especially when you made the CD, then you could put your little subliminal little stuff in there.
yo, hey, I got to tell you this story, so figure. I'm so embarrassed, right? But listen, you know how I rock with y'all. Y'all my guys, bro.
Yeah,
Y'all my guys, right? I can, I feel like I can share, like, I'm not embarrassed. I'm embarrassed about that moment, but not embarrassed like with y'all. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
I had a dude, man, and I met a dude at Fort Polk, right? He was playing music. People kept walking off the dance floor. Like he was playing stuff like Ring the Alarm by Few Snickens. Like he'd be playing Doodoo Brown, Doodoo Brown, Doodoo Brown, Doodoo Brown, and then he'll mix in Ring the Alarm, and now the sound is dying. Whoa, hey,
Yeah,
and in the boot, people ain't appreciate that.
yeah. They ain't. They no, no, no. They won't do it, baby.
All
Stick
right,
it,
all
baby.
right,
Do it,
all
baby.
right,
Stick it,
all
baby.
right, all
Yeah,
right, all right, all right. You know what I'm saying? But whatever. It's just like you wouldn't have been able to play DJ Jimmy in New York. So I
yeah,
get it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yo, why you keep messing up the night? He's like, yo, I'm trying to get them on such and such. I was like, yo, man, just play what they like, man, so they can give you some tips and stuff. So me and him wound up being cool, right? Me and
yeah.
we'll go like record shopping. What we would do is not go to the record store, but go to the pawn shop to find
And
records.
find records. Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And so, because they would be cheaper, right? They'd be a little scratched a little bit. Some CDs be a little scratched a little bit, but they'd be cheaper. So I asked him to make a slow jam tape. I told him the exact vibe. I was like, yo, give me a bunch of new songs that ain't nobody never heard, right? Because I'm going to be with this chick that I've been trying to bag for a minute. And I want the ambiance to be real smooth and laid out. And so, you know what I'm saying? He like, yo, big dog, I got you. So guess how much he charged me for this CD? Now, mind you, this is 1988. This is like summer of 88, 89, right? Right. This is summer 88. Guess how much he charged me? $20.
$20.
Yes. I like was they singing live?
$20.
Did you make the album yourself?
And you said a tape? Man, cats
No,
used to
no, he
charge
burnt no, he burnt the CD.
burn the CD. Man,
Yes.
cats were it's still man, you looking at man, look, what?
Now mind think about the technology though.
Yeah.
Think about the
So you know it
technology
ain't
now. Think
so
you know
normally you would get a CD burn or you make a CD for about $10 back around that
I
time.
mean, back then it might have been like, you know, because
10 to 12.
I don't even know how he got, because back then most people didn't have CD writers. Remember,
Yeah,
this dude got all
that
these
is
songs
true.
on the CD. I don't know how he did it. Whatever. Right. So I'm talking up on this lady. Right. I see her. She a little bit older than me. She classy. You know what I'm saying? Every time I walk up on, she like, yo, don't be talking to me like I'm a little girl. I'm a lady. You know what I'm saying? I'm like I'm 20, so figure she's like 22. I'm a grown woman. You know, so she's I'm like, okay, grown woman. Okay, grown up. All right. Right. So she remind you remember how Lynn Whitfield was playing Martin and A Thin Line
Yeah,
Between Love and that's how she was
yeah.
playing me, right? That's how she was playing me. Right? On some I'm 2 whole years older than you, right? It doesn't, and I ain't gonna say nothing raunchy or whatever. I'm gonna respect everybody, the viewers, and all of that stuff. But basically, in my mind, is like, you know what I'm saying? If I ever get you in this room, this is what I'm thinking, right? This
hmm
so I meet him right off post. We at Jack in the Box. He like, yo, don't listen until you, because I got a surprise on there for you. I don't want you to mess it up. And so I'm like, um, okay, this sounds strange, but whatever. I give him $20. But anyway, my roommate, his date fell through. So he is on his side of the room playing Tecmo Bowl. I'm like, Johnson, you ain't got nowhere to go. He's like, nah, man. You know what I'm saying? My plans fell through. I'm gonna just sit over here real quiet, man. I'm just playing Tecmo Bowl. I'm in the middle. I'm doing Johnson. You ain't got nowhere to go for like 30 minutes, man. And so he like 30 minutes. That you, yo, you a minute, man. 30 minutes. That's a good. He laughing, right? He laughing, right? You
Oh, now
know,
you got jokes. Yeah, he's talking. Oh,
yeah.
you got
But,
jokes.
but when you get older, you like 30 minutes. Say, I'm gonna be do that and fix me a
Yeah,
sandwich and catch a nap. You know
yeah.
what I'm
I was like, yeah.
saying?
See, I give you anything more than 5 minutes. You better take it as a blessing.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, so we like she come in the room, she see the light on over there. She's like, man, thought you said your roommate wasn't gonna be here. I'm like, yeah, his plans fell through. But you look really good in this light right now. This is the most beautiful I've ever seen you. This is me talking to her, trying to get her to stay. Cause my dumb
Hmm.
roommate is like, he over
He
there
didn't put
mad.
salt in the game. He put ammonia in it.
Yes. He had, and guess where he from? Yes, he is from Compton, and yes, he was playing with the Chargers on Tecmo Bowl. He over there cussing under his breath, and I'm like, you can't just go to the day room, bro. You can't just go to the day room. So anyway, we over there. I put the CD in right, and I have it played on low because I'm kind of embarrassed that my roommate is in here, right? So the night progressed, we doing our stuff, we talking and all this stuff. And this dude has um a song on there. I'm trying to remember the name of the song, but when I tell you what happened, you're gonna laugh. So he has the song comes on, and it is a song called If You Were Here Tonight by Alexander O'Neal.
Yeah, man, I was just talking about Alexander O'Neal when you went about that was my cut.
So that is playing, right? And so we like holding hands and doing making out, whatever. I ain't gonna get too graphic. And my man, so freaking don't lie, this is the most ridiculous shit I ever heard in my life. yo, the DJ is like over this song, he drops a sound. Yeah, this is for my main man, Uncle Freezy, and his special lady. I know y'all probably getting it on right now. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Enjoy the music.
oh, oh, no. Oh, no, Freezy.
I look at her.
No,
She look at
no,
me.
no.
She, she look at me, and I'm looking like ain't nobody in here. It's just us. That fool over there playing the game. She was like, "What was that?" And he like, "Yo, this next cut is a joint called Roni for Uncle Freezy and that special lady he getting it on with right now. This is for you. This is for y'all." He touched Soul Finger. He is talking over the joints. Yo, you talk about somebody, man. I was so embarrassed. She got her ass up and put her clothes on. And I'm like, look, I didn't know. You know, I won't do no creepy shit like that. She looking at me like, you told him we was gonna be having sex. Oh,
Yeah. He threw the turd in the punch bowl and didn't leave.
Now, mind you, think about the setting. Now we're in the barracks. All the
Yeah.
lights are off on
So
my side of the room.
roommate still in the damn room.
Johnson, dumbass, is over there playing a season on Tecmo Bowl. Got the room smelling like um
Corn
uh,
chips.
no no he ordered out. He ordered food from what's the thing where they deep fry like something and then they put the salad inside. Um oh, it's like a big ass taco. It's like a taco bowl, and they put the
Yeah.
salad inside of it. You know what I'm talking
Yeah, yeah,
about?
yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yeah. It's
Um,
they're a dime a dozen out here.
he over there eating that, crunching.
Yeah, the fried tortilla bowl.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
think it is a tortilla, they just fried. That's all it
yeah,
is.
yeah, yeah. He over there eating a nacho, not taco salad is what they call it. So he got a taco salad, got the room smelling like tacos and sour cream, cussing under his breath because Marion Butts ain't working for him. Marion Butts is sorry. And I'm like, and the dude I get the CD from, he talking, yeah, this is for my man Uncle Freezy. You know what I'm saying? Him and his special lady getting it on. What the
Man, you got this voice coming through, and you thinking, oh yeah, I got the mood. Well, other than Johnson's dumbass, everything else is cool. And
yeah,
then all of a sudden, there's a voice. Shout out goes to the brother Uncle Freezy, who's spending his time with that special woman.
yeah, yo,
What the hell?
yeah, and then yo, so but here is the kicker. Out, she mad. She grabbed her. She putting on her clothes. She leaving. I ain't gonna
Uh huh.
never be able to talk to her no more,
Cause
right?
you just a dog. You just going telling everybody. You's a
And this,
dog.
cause, mind you, this is Lynn Whitfield, right? Remember she said, "Don't treat me like a little girl." Remember all of
Yeah.
that?
Uh huh.
I'm a man, but listen. I just want to spend this time with you. I ain't never. This is me begging her. Listen, I ain't never been in no situation like this before. All of this stuff is new to me. You so fine. I don't know what to say to you sometimes. It's like I'm legit walking on eggshells. I don't know what to say because I don't want to mess nothing up. This is me talking to her, right?
Yeah.
Johnson gets up, turns all the lights on.
Oh my god.
Johnson is like, what the fuck was that? Now Johnson is my man, 50 grade. This is my best friend in the world at the time. At the time, this is my best friend in the world at the time, right? It's the reason why we was roommates. She walked out the door, slammed the door, and he like, yo, you know I heard that shit, right? I was like, no, you didn't. What you heard? And so I try to get the CD out and break it, right?
I know you wanted to.
He grabs the CD and runs to his window and jumps out the window with the CD.
The hell?
Now mind you, we on the second floor, right? But you know the old school barracks had the ledges on it. Remember, they had the ledges on the outside of on the back side of the barracks.
Mm-hmm.
So he jumps out there, and so I lock the room door, right? I lock the window, right? And all I can hear all I can hear is like 50 dudes having the time of their life down the hall.
Laughing.
You know
At,
what it is.
at your expense.
Yes.
Because of Uncle Freezy and that special woman. Yeah, man, I had to hit him with my car, bag up over it, and peel off on him. That was that brother, yeah, it's a surprise.
He thought he was doing me a favor.
But he sorted you out.
Wrong. He thought
Yeah,
he was doing me a
wrong.
solid, bro. He thought he was doing me a solid. Wrong. Right? Wrong. And then
Wrong.
and then
Wrong.
and then for my 50th birthday party, right? For my
Yeah.
50th birthday party, like you know how you get together, everybody, you know what I'm saying? So Johnson, he couldn't make it. He I think he in Arizona somewhere. He just couldn't. The timing wasn't right. But he did a tribute video, right? He did a tribute
Yeah,
video for me. He said, "Yeah, I'll send you a tribute. I'll put it on CD." And so I get the CD in the mail, and it's got a whole bunch of pictures of me back at Fort Polk because he used to take pictures a lot. He was
yeah.
that dude. Did your homeboy that take all the pictures?
And he was the tourist homeboy, but
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
not on. You know,
So guess what the first thing is out of his mouth?
was that?
This is for my homeboy Uncle Freezy, man. He probably somewhere with that special lady.
Oh,
This is what he do for me for my 50th birthday. Right. He still got the CD, or he says he still got it. I doubt it. I doubt he still got it, but you never know. Right. Bro, he had because I had a birthday roast, right?
oh, but on account of that CD.
And now it was a birthday roast before that, but I told him it's a birthday roast, man. So everybody in the club getting tipsy. Basically, is what everybody
Yeah,
gonna have a good time. But my man said that, bro. So them dudes still laugh at me to this day
over that. Yeah, you
over
know
that.
when you especially when you talking about military cats. You know we don't let nothing go. If it's
We immature by nature, bro.
a period, period. You know
Bro.
we got a cat on the ship. We was talking about the cat. There's one cat off my first ship. His nickname was Hot Dog, and the reason he got that nickname Hot Dog was we pulled in and we were in Thailand. That's where we pulled into Thailand, and he got lit. You know, everybody's getting lit. 'Cause, you know, been out to sea and eat power drink and drinks are super cheap. You
Yeah.
can get for 25 cents. You can get a shot.
Right.
You know, so this cat get up and he started getting lit and he jumps up on the pole and he start wanting to dance. They got him off the pole.
Oh my God.
But then the second time he jumped up on the pole, nobody was paying attention, and stuff started coming off of him. Breeze.
Oh boy.
He started stripping on the pole.
No, he don't start stripping on the pole,
Yeah, he got, I mean, full frontal.
bro. Nah, man. Please don't tell me this happened.
Yeah, full frontal. He's spinning around the pole. They had to get her run to get him off that thing, right? So we get back to the boat. Now, I wasn't around that time. I was on another part. I was in another part of Thailand because me and my one homeboy used to do a lot of sightseeing and stuff.
Right, right, right,
So we get back to the boat and we were actually pulling out.
right, right.
And so my man Dirty Red, he comes out and pulls the pictures out. He was like, "You know who that is?" I said, "No." He
No.
said, he said he told me who it was. I was like, "No." He said, "We should
No.
now call him Hot Dog." That's how he put his
Oh
name.
my God.
So I mean, full frontal. This cat had pants around his ankle, pants and drawers around it, spin around the pole.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So crazy. Don't and still to this day, my man Dirty Red and a few other cats still call this cat Hot Dog.
That's his name.
Yeah.
That may as well be on his government ID.
But it was so he wouldn't come on the mess deck to eat. He tried to go and he used to work in the barbershop. He used to go to the barbershop.
Right.
And I was like, hey, you can't eat, in the barbershop. Man, I said you can't. It's what it is, regulations, dog. So he's mad
Right.
because it's because they started my man. So they had pictures of him freeze. They took pictures,
Right.
Xerox those jokers, and they
No.
blackened his face out and put it right up on one of the boards right across from in the galley. So everybody walking by was like, "Who the hell is this?"
Oh my
And he,
God.
yeah, and
No,
my
man.
man, yeah, he put on the pictures like, "Have you seen this man?"
No.
Alias, yeah, have you seen this man? Alias, hot dog.
Oh my God.
They blackened his face up. Yeah, it was bad.
Bro,
So so he was walking around the show, hot dog,
oh my
hot.
God, bro.
Guess what,
Why
hot
though?
dog. Man, he put himself out there, you know, and he was one of those kids talking about, oh, I do this, I get down like this, I get down like that. And I was like, oh, you found out the hard way, you
Yeah.
know. And my man, so said, you walking around here advertising popcorn shrimp, partner? We want to see all that.
Oh my God, man. And the funny part to all of that is when it happens, bro, in real time, you know that this is never going away.
Never, never, ever, never, never, ever.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and so yeah, man. So I let my homeboy who was a DJ do his thing, make the CD. I don't know how he got CD writers. I don't even. But whatever. I don't knock nobody hustle. Whatever it is. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
I don't because I ain't a still CD. Right, but my man did that, bro. And I don't know how he burnt it on there, but for him to record over that at the same time, he did his thing. It was worth 20 for the work he put in. It was worth $20. What he said, no, never.
What he said was worth the rebate.
Yes.
Because
Y-
that reminds me, that put me in the mind of DJ Clue. Clue, 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 ha ha.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my goodness, bro. I'm even now that I think about it, I'm like, yo, how could you not be? But then again, all of us were young.
Yeah, because in that time, his mindset, his mind, he's thinking like, oh, she gonna like this. I'm like, ooh, you got somebody to make a CD for you, put it on TD, and he talking over it to dedicate it to me. But
Right.
not everybody would roll like that.
Yeah. And it came across mad creepy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. 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 It's crazy.
That's wild.
Yeah. But you know what? I don't know nobody yet that ain't had like wild days in the military.
When I was out at the Buffalo Wild Wings, ran across a cat from my first unit,
Wow.
and he was on my last ship. My man, was one of my man P, and I was with my man Murder, and we were just talking about all this stuff. How we got a little young fella on the boat. He talking all this noise about, yeah, I can drink. He's from Texas at the time. At the time, he was like 18. He's from Dallas. Oh, I can drink. I can get down and say, look here, young fella. This is old. This is old drinking right here. This go back. This go way, way back. You don't want none of this. He said, I drink whatever you drinking. Rum, now, freeze. I used to drink rum and coke like water, double
Right.
shots.
Right. Right.
So I'm drinking double shots. I said, come on up with me, young fella. I'm on my fourth one. You on your second. And I was taking him to the neck. Boom, bam, boom,
Right.
bam, boom. Like, come on with me, young fella. It
Man.
got so bad that we had to carry this little cat out of the day, because you did that in the military. Those are dumb things. You look back like that was the dumbest thing I ever could have done.
Right. But
We
but
get back. Yeah, go ahead, Free.
yeah, but you do that, and then at the same time, what I'm saying, you take care of your people. You don't just leave them high and dry. You know what I'm saying? So I get it.
Oh yeah,
But man, yeah, man, yeah, it's crazy, bro. It's yeah, it's crazy, bro.
Well, that's back when cats wanna, cause cats wanna get on there on the mic. During the time you wanna go on the mic and make it seem like it's extra sexy for you. Like, yeah, I got this.
But why though? Shouldn't the music have been
The
enough?
music was enough, but in the mind of some cats, especially if you got that DJ, you're a DJ, you just thinking, oh, I'm dedicated. So that makes it even better.
Right? Yeah. Yeah, man. It's yeah.
I
Still to
mean,
this
I
day.
don't I don't want to hear, like I said, Freezer, you my man. You my man.
Right.
But I want to hear Freezer voice on my CD. I want to
Right.
hear I want to hear Gerald Levert hitting them notes.
Yes. And
I
I'll
want to
hit the
hear
and I'll hit the other stuff. You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
Yeah,
You
you know
know,
what I mean? Some stuff I don't need help with. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Because my thing
So
is I just need to hear. Only other voice I want to hear is Uncle Charlie hitting you with a ooh wee. But that's all
yeah,
I need. you know,
right.
I need. I don't. I don't need.
Right.
This is
And
a
and when I
special
but
lady.
the thing about it is with DJs, I understand that they have to do the sound drops, man, so they can keep their business going.
Hmm.
But man, come on, bro.
But then too, you said you were back in Louisiana, down there by Fort Polk, right?
Yep.
That's all I need. That's all you got to say, Freeze.
Yeah, and I love Louisiana, by the way.
you know,
My only beef with Louisiana is
the
one day.
mosquitoes.
No. Well, I got multiple beefs. Right, the highways, potholes
Oh
everywhere.
man, yeah. Like I said,
So
Daylight was talking about potholes in their lawn, potholes in the freeway. You like, what
yeah,
the hell?
in the freeway, bro, it's crazy. I mean, the roads are bad, bro. And some roads you go down, some roads, if it rains, you can't even go down that road because you're not coming
Yeah,
back.
you're not coming back, baby. And then down at Fort Polk was, the towns were small down around that way. So you
Yeah,
had to go towards the cities and stuff. It's a
right.
grip of little towns. Those little towns had it going on. A lot of them had it going on because they had some, whew, you would never know what's in these little, because my nephews, I got older nephews, two of them. The
Right, right.
older was like, no, man, you need to come down here. We had Heflin, Louisiana. He's like, you need to come out here, man. There's some bad country girls down here.
Yeah,
I was like, man, I ain't going out to no doggone country like that, man. First of
yeah.
all, man, the mosquitoes too damn big.
Mosquitoes, that's one thing. Yeah,
I mean, those mosquitoes sound like hot
Apaches,
damn, yeah, they sound like Apaches. They sound like Apaches in the CH-46. Like, what the
man,
hell?
bro. I ain't even gonna lie to you, man. Listen, the love bugs.
Oh,
If you ain't never saw them, I can't do it justice.
mm-hmm.
I can't.
Well,
I legit can't do it justice, man. There is, yeah, I can't do it justice. The love
yeah,
bugs, you can swing at the air, and you'll have like three couples of love bugs in your hand, and
easy.
they doing the nasty, and that's why they call them love bugs.
Love bugs, and they don't care.
No, they getting it on.
Yeah, they're straight voyeurs.
Yeah, they don't need a DJ to make them a mixtape.
They don't need a yeah. They don't need that
you,
DJ. They don't need that DJ.
you know what
They
I'm
don't need.
saying?
They barely need the call of nature.
Yes. Yes. And yes, they are stuck together like dogs. But
Definitely.
but the one thing I'll say about Louisiana is that the music is so original, right? Like they'll take one thing and they'll rock with it, right? Like
Hmm.
when I was there, everybody used to remix "Boys in the Hood" by N.W.A.
Yeah.
Hey DSJ, you remember "Boys in the Hood" by N.W.A.?
Yeah, I
Remember that?
remember it.
Cruising down the street, Remember that?
My 6'4".
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Didn't know what a 6'4" was, but it sounded cool.
But it sounded cool, right? They used to remix that. A dude had a song called Marrero. Um,
Oh yeah.
I forget the guy name, but that was a fire joint when I was there. Cruising down the street, real slow with the fellas be yelling, Marrero. Yeah, man. Hey,
Is that
DSJ, I
where is
gotta.
that where is that where Dr. Dre got that from? As far as throwing that back in easy space, rolling in my 6'4", with everybody saying,
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. I think so. Hey,
subliminal.
man, let me ask you this, since you're a popular R&B artist. Let me ask you this: what is your difference between a slow jam and a love song?
um, slow jam is slow dancing on the floor. Um, so that's a slow jam. You know what I'm saying? You think about the word jam, it's a reference to dancing. So slow jam is just saying that you're slow dancing. That's just another word to say slow jam. You know what I'm saying? Slow dancing. Love song is usually meant for the activity, the soundtrack to adult activities,
Okay,
because that's where again making love, you using love songs to make love too.
right. Okay. Is Ask of You a love song by Raphael Sadiq?
Um, I think it's a hybrid. I think it's one of those songs that you can use for both uh, activities, to say the least. Um, it can lead, you know what I'm saying? You get somebody, you're dancing with them, you put that song on, it can invoke that feeling, and then, you can take it to the room and you can still play that song. Same
Right.
thing as if you play just me and you can play that song as well.
Okay. Okay.
Well, let me ask you this: does LL backseat of my Jeep counts? Because that's the next episode.
Yeah, because he's talking about it in the song, so it's basically the hip hop love song.
Okay. Okay.
The
Well,
backseat of my
yeah,
Jeep is priceless.
yeah, yeah. I had no idea that backseat would eventually become just one of them days.
Well, that's because of Soulfinger. If he wasn't dissing girls after, what I'm saying, backseat of the Jeep, then they wouldn't have one of those days. They would
Right.
just want to curse him out.
Right. 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 It's your fault,
well,
Soulfinger.
Soulfinger got to
well,
take the blame on that one.
hey, somebody got to do it.
Yeah, somebody got to do it, right? I
Somebody got to do it.
I honestly think, man, when it comes to the love song thing, um, when I think of love song, I don't think of it like that. James Brown wrote a love song, and he said one word for 6 minutes and 43 seconds. Please.
Yes, please.
He had a song called Please, Please, Please. And the background singers, you know what they sang? Please, please, please.
The same
Please.
thing.
Don't
I
go.
love you so. Yeah, don't go. And he
Yeah,
tell you,
yeah.
I love you so.
I mean, that man legit said, please, 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 please. And then the background singers came in, please, please don't go. And then he jumped back in, please,
Baby,
please,
please.
please, please.
But
You
you
know,
know what that
See,
see
does?
that to me, that's a love song. You know what I'm saying?
But you
well,
know what
see,
it does?
that
It,
was,
it, it invokes a feeling. It invokes, because
yeah,
what again, a feeling is going to lead to a reaction, and that reaction would more than likely be
Her
having a
stand.
brand new bag
Mm-hmm.
in
Yeah.
about 9 months. So
Yes.
technically, it is a love song, and it
Right.
does fall into that line of the definition.
Okay.
And if I'm wasn't that the first begging track of all the first track to ever have begging going
Yeah,
on?
the record company didn't want to release it. The dude said when I watched the movie, he told Chadwick Boseman, "Ain't
Yeah.
nobody want to listen to no 8 minutes and 49 seconds of you saying, are you begging, please?" And it wound up being James Brown's first hit.
I mean, think about it. Lenny Williams.
Yeah. Now that to me is a love song, bro. To me that's a love. Yeah, me and Mrs. Jones. That's a love song.
What about Simply Beautiful, Al Green?
Oh man, come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man.
Doesn't
How
but
about
doesn't that
Love's Train by Confunction?
Oh, yeah.
let me ask you a question now that I have you guys on here. I'm sure you've had to have heard both the remakes, right? And nothing is gonna always top the original. But in terms of the remakes that were made, Drew Hill made one on their debut album in 1995-96,
That Love Train?
Yep.
Love's Train by
Love
Confunction.
Train? Mm-hmm.
Soul Sonic, Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak also did a remake of that same song in 2022. In your opinion, which one was better?
Hmm. I just saw that one the other day. I just saw that one yesterday, as a matter of fact. And I still think Drew Hill is better. I mean, I legit just saw it yesterday. I was looking at covers, and I just saw it yesterday. It's still fresh in my mind.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I think Drew Hills is better as well. But you know, to have different variations of the song, the first thing you want to do is kind of get a comparison. I think because Drew Hill made it their own,
Right.
it felt like a cover from from Silk Sonic. It felt like what Intro did to Stevie Wonder's Ribbon in the Sky
They took it.
is what Drew Hill did to Confunction's Love Train.
Now, I'm not getting ready to say Cisco is a better singer than Michael Cooper.
Not at all, no.
Now, I'm not getting ready to say that, right? But
But he could blow. He could blow. But
but
I ain't gonna say,
Cisco did his thing.
Cisco has a
yeah.
dynamic, unique voice that,
Yeah.
again, it stands out from his contemporaries at that time. There's not a
Well, let
Yeah.
me
lot of
ask you.
people that you could. Go
Well,
ahead.
let me ask you this, DSJ. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. But regarding Cisco, what we're talking about, do you think because of he does have a unique voice, but do you think it's the fact of how he can put emotion into his voice that a lot of his contemporaries couldn't do?
No, because
Ooh.
I think a lot of them had a skill set, right? Like I think Wanye can invoke that same level of
Mm,
soul and emotion, but what Wanye does differently than Cisco is he gives you different notes. He's an infliction riffer,
Right.
where Cisco is more of a straight note vibrato type of person.
Yeah. Okay. I
Like
can. I,
you don't hear a lot of up and downs in his ad libs, riffs, or anything like that. It's usually one note carried over, and I think the fact that he's able to put soul into that is an art. So
yeah.
a lot of
And
people rely on the runs and the riffs. He'll
yeah.
rely on just giving you a straight melody and and he talks in his music. If you think about it, he's usually talking through the melody of the hook.
Okay. Okay.
Good point. Good
I
point.
I I I I think for the most part though, people enjoy the high tenor range. They love that. They love that. Frankie Lyman, Michael Jackson, Ralph Tresvant, um, Cisco, Soul for Real. Um, I tell you another group who I think is better than most of the groups that we mentioned. They just had poor music choice. High five, Tony
Yeah,
Thompson.
Tony Thompson was a bad boy.
Yeah.
Tony Thompson. I remember taking a girl to a high five show, right? And everybody dancing. I like the way all this. She's playing hard to get all of that, bro. They did this song called "I Can't Wait Another Minute." Bro,
Yeah, that was a good track. I
listening
remember that.
to "I Can't Wait Another Minute" live, bro. The girl, bro, I couldn't do nothing with her. I legit had to hold her up all the way to the car. I had to hold her up all the way. She was like, Uncle Freezy, this is the greatest night of my life. I can't believe I brought her a DSJ, a high five concert, a meal, and a high five poster. You know how they have all the posters have like the fake autographs. They real
Oh yeah.
autographs, but the autograph it's not like somebody just signed it. You know what I'm
Reprint.
talking
It's
about?
pre-signed.
Yeah, the pre-signed poster. That pre-signed poster, and me and this girl was together for like 8 months. Just off of her hearing I can't wait another minute live. The dude is like because I can't hold it back. Some for and see the girl was holding my hands, looking me in the eyes while he was singing these notes. I'm like, yo, let me go. I ain't Yo, music
Oh
does
man.
stuff to people, bro.
Oh man. At that point, I got you. Why is Eddie Murphy in my head right now? With I got you now. Just hearing that story. That's what I took for everything you said. That's what I took away from it. I hear Eddie Murphy talking about how he gets the girls to orgasm, and in the pillow he's screaming, "I got you now."
Yeah,
And so
bro.
now, so now all I hear is Uncle Freezy in my head telling this girl, "I got you now."
Bro, nah, no, don't think that, man. Please, because I'm not that guy. I don't always. I'm not. I don't always get them. It's just when I fail spectacularly. Like, like I fail with a bang, right? And to me, it's funny now that the years have passed. It's funny to think about and talk about some of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like you have your successes. Everybody, we are all adults here we all adults here. Your things that you did good and things you did bad or whatever things you wish you could do over. The things you wish you could do over again because that moment was such a great moment. You wished it could last forever. And then some moments you wish you could do over because you just flat out messed it up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, man, and this is like we take like to a club. I mean, not a club, like a um. Sophie, you live out west, so you know what I'm talking about. You know how like these small civic center type venues.
Yeah, it's in those small venues. Yeah, we got a
Yeah,
few
it
of them out
was
here.
like
You go
2,500 people, 3,000 people, or something.
yeah, so I was
Y-
even smaller than that.
Yeah, yeah. So I take her to see that in Dallas. We go see them. And this is the like up to that point, she is the best night of her life. So she say, you know what I'm saying? She might have been spitting game. You never know. But I mean, I believed it at the time. So I ain't gonna change my mind now after the fact. So you know what I'm saying? But music takes you places. And DSJ, I will even venture to say that the artist that's doing the music is in that place first, and
Mm-hmm.
then they create it and they share it, and then we go to that place, not with the artist, but with what they created.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah. It's funny because now you got me thinking about '99 at the Pavilion in Savannah, Summer
Man, I
Jam.
can
When
barely, I can barely hear you, boss.
is this any better?
Sophie, how about you? Can you hear him?
Should say it again, son. A little better than the last time.
Yeah, is this any better?
That's
There you go.
perfect. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
yeah. So I'm just saying, it just what you said made me think about the Pavilion in Savannah, Georgia, when I was stationed out there.
yeah.
Destiny's Child, Case, and 112 were performing, and Case was performing at this point, and I literally was singing along to every song that Case was singing.
Right,
And there was a girl in front of me that was like just dime piece, and you'd think that she'd have had about 17 men just trying
right.
to chase her down. Nobody speaking. I'm just singing along because I'm enjoying the
But she there
show.
by herself, right?
She's there by herself, and I'm singing, and she's backing up on me, and I'm thinking, okay, well, she must be trying to leave or something like that. So let me just kind of get out her way until she just kept on backing up to be right on my body
Right.
and listening to every note. And by the time the night was over, I had a number. We was already making plans to and all that because so thank you, Case, because
Thank you.
you created a moment. You
Yeah,
created a moment. And so I mean, but those are the type of things that I remember and think about when it comes down to those type of situations. Those pavilions having those summer jams and
yeah,
Oh
uh,
man, yeah.
yeah, man.
just being able to again. I mean, there's so many things that you could have went down. It could have been, what I'm saying, getting a girl's number. It could have been, what I'm saying, an introduction to, what I'm saying, a new love or whatever the case may be. Might have been something for the night,
Yeah,
but you know,
right.
I mean, hell, went to Maxwell when he came out here last. It was Maxwell. It was
Is
Maxwell.
Maxwell a good singer?
Yeah, he's put on a good show. I've seen him every
Okay.
time. He puts good. Yeah, he's good.
now he's definitely a good singer.
Yeah, he is. He is. He
Now
it
a
was
I've never
dancer,
Maxwell and
seen him
Common.
live.
now being a dancer, I don't know about that one. Did he do the duck walk thing that he does on
Yeah,
stage now?
yeah, and the women lost their
Ah,
mind.
it's a duck walk, ladies. It's a duck walk.
They don't
Nothing
care.
sexy about the duck walk.
They don't care, bro.
It was Maxwell, Common, and I want to say Monica. They came to San Diego.
Okay.
So and Monica did her thing. The crowd was into it.
Right.
No, it was Lettucey. It wasn't Monica. Monica was with the Jolly Wilson. It was Lettucey. She did her thing. Common comes on. Yeah, this cuss we fall on, but the women going crazy because it's Common.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Maxwell getting ready to come on. Lights go off, and there's this big old spotlight on stage. Maxwell's coming through the floor of the sports arena,
Yeah. Yeah.
and the first song he came out to was "Fortunate."
Yeah.
So when the hits, and then he hits that note, and he was
Yeah.
holding it.
Yeah.
Every woman up in here lost their mind. So
Yeah.
mind you, I'm with my lady. It was when I was couples. So my
Yeah.
man Reed and my man Jeff with got their ladies too.
Yeah.
And then Reed's lady had her homegirl and her sister was there. They went to the concert together.
Yeah.
As I look around the vicinity, so Reed's lady, her friends, their sisters, they holding each other, rocking back and forth, crying. I'm like, what the hell?
What? Yeah.
My man Reed's his lady doing some shimmy like she in the church, the shimmy
Yes.
shuffle move,
Yes.
Well, man, Jeff, his lady's like, oh my God, she's doing the hand, the blow up hand thing. You know, you
Yeah,
have the gas over. She's moving like that. Mine was in a zone,
yeah. They will
and
get
I
there,
looked.
bro.
Yeah, she was in some kind of like zone trance, and I looked up, and as I was looking, it was like and all the fellas, it was because we were on the floor sitting, and I
Yeah,
looked kind of up where we're at, and I'm looking at all the cats looking at each other like, what the hell's going on? All the
yeah.
women just got they were with a man
Right.
because the Maxwell came on, hit that one note, so I
Yeah.
kind of had to bump Molly, hey man, hey, I'm still right here now, yeah, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah. Like,
hey, so I say okay, so but I mean, I laugh. We still laugh about it. I always give a hard time because every time Maxwell come to town,
right.
we've gone to see Maxwell. Now,
Yeah.
Jill Scott, she won't go see Jill Scott with. It's always something. But
Yeah.
like I was either deployed or something happened, we couldn't go. I said it's kind of funny. We can go for Maxwell, but we can't go for Jill Scott.
Right. Right.
So, but what you saying certain things that hold a moment or whatever, a song, a note or whatever. Where were you when you heard this? But
Yeah.
to hear Maxwell, he put on a good show. He can sing. Um, if you ever get a chance, if she ever comes out on another tour or something, Marsha Ambrosia. Oh my God, that right there.
Yeah.
Once you hear her sing in person,
Right.
you like these CD the CDs or albums don't do her justice.
They'll do. Yeah. Once you see somebody live, you
Yeah.
like, because I always wanted to go see Heather Headley live. That's my
Oh.
secret crush right there. Heather Headley. Like I wanna, what I'm saying? Because I done seen Mary. I seen Mary. I seen pre-Mary, post-Mary, middle Mary. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Mary's on that auntie status now. Hey
Yeah,
auntie.
yeah, yeah. I think I see Mary too much. Like I saw reminisce Mary. You know what I'm saying? And all of that. Because to me, she's got. I'm gonna say this to DSJ, and I know DSJ is gonna boot me out of the chat, right? DSJ, I think Mary J. Blige is the best to ever do it.
In terms of what? Are we talking about just singing? Are we talking about like performing the whole
Ever.
shebang?
Yep. I think
Um,
she better than Patty. I think she better than Aretha. I think she better than Gladys. I think she better than Shaka. And Shaka Khan is my crush, right? I think she is the greatest to ever do it. Now, is she the greatest singer? I'm not saying she's the greatest singer to ever do it. But in terms of that space, in terms of what fits our culture, in terms of what fits our culture, I think I think she better than Beyonce, right? I think she better than Janet. I think she better than Mariah, right? It's because the thing about Janet is Janet went on a thing where she was it, and then after
Mm-hmm.
that she struggled to get back to her place, right?
well, you don't know what you got till it's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's the way love goes, right? Yeah, and
Velvet rope.
yes. Oh my God, man. Oh. And then you have Mariah. Mariah is so hit or miss.
Mm-hmm.
Like her misses,
Her
are you
misses
like
are
her misses? You
horrendous.
like you like oh her misses, bro. Like y'all left the studio with that. You feel me? Beyonce, I just can't. I know Beyonce is a great artist, right?
Yeah.
But I just can't help but think when I see Beyonce, I see 1,000 people. When I see Beyonce, I see Legion, right? I don't think she did anything on her own, right? I don't think she did anything on her own. Now even when I listen to her albums, it sounds like 1,000 people put together her stuff. There's no soul in it, is what I'm getting
Yeah.
at. You know what I'm saying? And I know that's not fair to Beyonce, but I don't feel the soul in Beyonce's stuff, right? Um, even single ladies. Remember, you couldn't even go to a club if you was in a club and you had on new shoes and they played single ladies. After they trampled you, you had to throw them shoes in the trash
I mean, for real.
because every woman in the club was dancing to that song, bro. They was gonna
Okay,
trample
so
you and bump you out the way to get to the dance floor.
here's my opinion on that, right? I think Beyonce's a better performer than Mary. And
Right.
that's because she will give you the choreography, she will give you the band, she'll give you the show, right? She is
But she's not. But here's the thing: she hired a choreographer, right?
exactly. So
Does
so, so
does Beyonce play any instruments?
no. Maybe the tambourine.
Jay-Z played the tambourine.
Hey.
Hey, the kazoo.
but
Yeah.
she doesn't play anything. But I think like
Except
and it's funny
herself.
because I had this conversation with somebody else. I
She'll play
said that
herself, but she don't play that.
Mary J is Mary J is the two turntables and a DJ and a mic
Yes.
that'll rock a show.
Right.
Beyonce is the Beyonce is the Earth Wind and Fire team or the MC Hammer team. I need 200 people to dance,
Right.
play these sets. I need a
Lighting.
DJ. Yeah, like she wants all of that stuff. Mary can come out and give like Mary is a better artist,
Yeah.
right? So that's my take on it. And it's funny because I liken Mary as far as performance goes as an artist to Patti LaBelle. They're not they're not completely without rhythm. Like I'm pretty sure they can get on the dance floor and they won't embarrass themselves.
Right.
But when it comes to stage performances, they're more about feeling rather than okay, I got this step that I need
Uh,
to make sure that I master.
Patty gonna do
Nah,
the same thing. Her choreography is
kick the
she gonna
shoes off
kick the
and
shoes
give you the
off,
broken
right?
wings,
And yep, that's Patty. That's it. That's what you're gonna get.
which is oddly what I always say about Obi Toppin when he runs. He looks like Patti LaBelle with the broken wings.
Right. Basically. Basically.
Without the
And the
patty
only
pie.
reason why I didn't say Whitney Houston is because when you think about Whitney Houston's ascension, it's really, it's like 7 years. Because after the bodyguard, it's like
Yeah.
it's I believe the children of the future and everything in between, then the bodyguard, and then you're like, nothing else follows. Right? Because
Yeah.
when she research or when she emerged in the late 90s, there were already singers better than her, better than Whitney. And it's not because they were born with more natural talent. It's just Whitney ruined the natural talent that she had.
Hmm.
So it's not
Yeah,
like they ascended to her level. She brought herself down to their level, right? Because by then I'm listening to Kelly Price.
Yeah.
I'm listening to
Faith Evans.
Faith. Mary J is out now. Mariah Carey has reemerged too. So it's like no disrespect to Whitney Houston, you know what I'm saying? Because she was a great,
Great
great,
singer.
great singer, a great singer. But you could tell she was throwing it away.
You know, I think what ruined Mariah Carey, why she's hit or miss, I think sonically, her best sound might have been with Bad Boy with Puff when he was part of the production team.
Mary,
No, with
Faith,
Mariah.
oh Mariah.
Cause yeah, cause when I'm listening, like when I listen to Mariah today, like after she got with Jermaine Dupri, it sounds track one sounds like track 14.
And also it's so hip hop that you don't hear her, you don't hear Mariah's the fullness of Mariah's voice,
Mm.
right?
I think Puff is such a perfectionist, and I think that, and I'm quoting a lot of artists that work with Puff, right? When they say when I hear them say it, Usher said it a lot that he's a perfectionist. The Locks, they said it. Big said it. Craig Mack, G Dep, a lot of them say that Puff is a perfectionist, and I think
Right.
like in terms of even like for instance, Honey,
Yeah.
when when he helped her with that sound, recreating that sound. Now again, it was samples,
Right.
right? But I think what he did was Puff has a way of tapping into that, take hits from the 80s, kind of like he really does that. Like he'll take that and recreate a sound that fits
Right.
today's
He'll fill out the
artist.
drums. Yeah,
Yeah.
he'll fill out the drums on it
And when he
based it
He
does
on
gives a
that, I
lot of
think,
filler.
yeah, and I think when he does that, he already knows, okay, this is gonna maximize this person's sound. And that's why I think that her sound with the Daydream album
yeah.
is so diverse, where she can do a song like Honey and then do a song like Breakdown,
Yeah.
two different sounds completely, two different bops, but
Right.
they all go.
Hey man,
Jermaine Dupri,
breakdown was that joint with the with the uh Bone Thugs and
Bone Thugs and
Harmony.
Harmony,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, man. That was Mo Fire.
And I think
Yeah.
when it came down to Jermaine Dupri, I think what he did was, I'm gonna get something that works, and I'm gonna continue to recreate off of that. It's almost like the Dream Shake. I'm gonna come up with different variations of the Dream Shake, but you'll know that at the end of the day, it is still the Dream Shake.
Yeah, and yeah, I agree. I agree. But and at the same time, Jermaine Dupri and Mariah Carey getting together with their careers on the line. Remember,
Oh yeah,
if you remember, if Mariah didn't come out of that with something, that may
she
have
would have
been
been a
the end.
novelty act.
Yep, that would have been that's probably would have been the end. You know what I'm saying? So and
She,
I think at some point that song they made was the top selling song of all time. At one point it was. I'm not sure if it is. No, I think the Wiz Khalifa Charlie Puth song is the greatest song of all time. Now,
right.
um, I forget the name of the song, but it was on the Fast and the Furious. I think I think
See you again someday.
yeah. That and I think I Love the Way You Lie was like the number one song in history one time. Right. But yeah, man. What's the joint she did with Jermaine Dupri? You remember the song? It was I think I might have it. Let me Mariah.
Or Shake It Off.
No, definitely not Shake It Off. Uh
Yeah, she did do a track. I'm trying to think of the cut she did with JD.
it was the number one song in the universe one time.
We Belong Together.
We belong together. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. We belong together. That joint right there was the number one song in history, it seems like. Um, and as a matter of fact, I'm looking at my thing. I've in my lifetime, in my Apple, I only bought two Mariah songs. That's crazy, and that's Breakdown and We Belong Together. That's crazy. You would think I would have Vision of Love and Fantasy, right?
One Sweet Day.
Yeah, One Sweet Day. Yeah, 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 yeah. Um, DSJ is Boys to Men overrated?
No,
Who would you?
underrated.
I'm thinking I'm thinking their albums after the second album are like
yeah, they're not. Yeah, like
After
those.
Mike left. After Mike left, I think.
Yeah, because I mean, like when you look, like, well, yeah, because like their first three albums, right? Coolie High Harmony, two,
Classic.
Evolution.
Evolution was good to you.
Evolution was great to me. Four
I
Seasons
don't
alone.
know.
I think what it is that it was just it was too thematic, so it felt like the album you play during a breakup for the most part.
Yeah, I just
Four
couldn't.
Seasons of Loneliness, I'm doing just fine. It just felt like, like, but like they had other joints to it, like I Can't Let Her Go, um, Girl in the Life magazine. Um, they had the two different versions of Come On. They had a Baby Come On and Come On.
Uh,
But like no, I think that album honestly, and it's funny because it was a revisit for me because I initially thought that it was okay, but then when I heard it again in, like, we're talking about like a 2 month span, it was like, no, this is like I really slept on this album.
really?
This album is very this yeah, I because I went through the motions, um especially when you're not going through it, so you can't relate. So the songs are like, they sound good, melodically they're great, but like there's nothing to it. Like I can't give you, I can't hold a lighter to this one. But
Really?
listening to it with adult ears and life experiences, it's like, no, this album is absolutely slept on. This is definitely underrated.
What evolution?
Evolution, I think, was underrated.
All right, so I thought it was corny. I got to I think I got to go back and listen to it. I gotta.
Yeah,
I
because
gotta.
like I said, I thought the same thing. I thought this. I honestly was like, this is heartbreaking because again, the competition was always between them and Jodeci,
Mm,
and
Yeah.
yeah.
Jodeci drops in in that same time frame. They do the show, the after party, the hotel,
Right.
and this is like, it feels like every album Jodeci elevates.
You think so?
I thought so. I thought, um,
I was.
but again, they're one of those groups that I think they cater too much to the image
Right.
than the music. So like, I didn't need an interlude after Get On Up
Yeah.
introducing another track. I can
Yeah.
do without all the extra stuff. But when it came down to like Pump It Back,
Okay.
they created like the image of what was going on, the driving with the female after, she gets a chance to kick it with Devontae Swing, as she said in the, in the skit. And it's like when you get to those areas, that area of the album, it's like, nah, this is good stuff.
I ain't
And
gonna
then when
lie
you
to
play it
you.
back over,
I was just away by the time. Excuse me. By the time that I was just away, man. I think there were too many other good groups out there for me to hear the same old stuff. Triborough
What's
Gigolo was in the
Mm.
building.
TG, what's going on, bro?
What's good? How y'all doing?
Man, I'm well. How you doing, brother? Yeah, man. DSA, I ain't
What's
gonna
up?
lie to you. But by that time, by the time Evolution, I was listening to Solo. I was listening to Where Do You Want Me to Put It? Right? I had
Yeah.
moved on. I had moved on from Boys to Men because when I heard Water Runs Dry, I was like, yep, Boys to Men run dry. It's the same thing over and over, over and
But
over,
but you know
over and
why?
over.
Because Babyface gives you the same level of production in his ballads.
I know, but yeah, I just by that time I was listening to the Rude Boys. I was listening um Goodfellas. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't I was listening to High Five by that time. And no disrespect to Boys to Men because when they did their solo joints like Sean Stockman's joint for Mr. Holland's Opus,
Bridges of a
um
Sunset. Yeah.
that right there to me was the essence of Boys to Men. But Water Runs Dry, I was like, yeah, this might be. I'm thinking,
I,
is this the end? That's what I was looking for, Boys to Men. I wasn't really looking for nothing else.
you want to know what I think the problem was too? I think that they were the quintessential balladeers.
Right,
But if you gave them the opportunity, I wonder what I wonder what would be their career if Wanye kept now that we're done and can I touch you instead of giving it to 112 because he
yeah,
wrote and produced that track, right?
yeah,
If he was able to give you a broken-hearted male version
right,
instead of giving it to Brandy,
right, right. But he
what
didn't.
would Boys to Men what would Boys to Men be if they had those type of songs in their catalogs instead
Right.
of Babyface wants to write for you, and how do you say no to that when the label is telling you, nah,
See,
this is exactly what you're gonna do?
Bro, in '94 when they came out, '94 they sounded so 2000s, right? But then after '94, everything else sounded like '94. I
Yeah.
just couldn't. How can I listen to a song for Mama when the Rude Boys are like, it's written all over your face, and or not even them. Um, Goodfellas is Sugar Honey Iced Tea. You feel
You
me?
know what I think the problem with those guys are? A lot of them are like the soundtrack to a moment because there's not like a lot that you can take. Like give you a prime example, right? Like Shy gives you Comforter,
Yeah,
gives you If I Ever Fall in Love, right? Um, Baby I'm
and
Yours,
and they also give you um Shy Gilgis Alexander.
SGA.
Yes.
But it's like it's crazy because it's like even like with like certain groups they'll have like a signature moment or a signature song, and then after that it's like, well, what happened, right? I think the reason that I feel Boys to Men is underrated under those circumstances because they were never a moment. They're a group that with 3 albums under their belt, right?
Right.
Um, and even if you want to just give it two, they have a better catalog immediately than everybody mentioned.
No.
Solo
What?
had Solo had I think Solo had one of the most underrated albums of 96, 97,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah,
But you heard more people make fun of the song Where Do You Want Me to Put It
yeah,
than actually play it and say, no, this is my jam.
yeah,
And so it became one of those things where, like, you ever notice how you might find a girl attractive, but your boy might say something about her, and then all of a sudden it becomes like the running joke between the group. And so it might be like she got like webbed feet or something crazy like
or
that.
her
And
car breaking down. They'll make fun of her
and
car.
so
Then she go with that loud car. Yeah, I know.
and so it'll be one of those things. And so you kind of yeah, right. In the back of your mind, you're thinking, y'all just don't know.
Yeah,
And I think with a group like Solo, they had that right. They had that moment where, nah, this album is phenomenal. Y'all are crazy. They're giving you that doo-wop sound with the '90s feel.
yeah,
They're recreating that era and bringing it into this one. Oh, y'all are tripping.
right, right, right.
But
No doubt.
they're a subway group. They're literally the group that you see in a subway.
Right.
Let me throw these 35 cents into your base case because you guys are killing it.
Yeah. I don't know. Boys and
Because
men,
what
though,
else did they
man.
do after that? Like if we're just talking about the songs, like name another memorable song from them between Heaven and Where Do You Want Me to Put It?
Yeah, no, I feel you on that. But what I'm getting at is not just that. It's the compilation of others. It's taster's choice.
Right, right,
It's taster's choice at that point, right? I don't have to just consume boys to men. Now with all these different varieties out here, I can pick what I want.
right.
Tri-bar, you see Tri-bar, you see what I'm talking about?
There
I hear
you
what
go.
you're saying. I want to ask you, like, when do you
Say that again.
I wanted
I,
to ask you guys, what year did you feel like Boyz II Men fell off?
um I I don't feel like they fell off. I feel like they stayed the same and I changed. That's what I'm getting at. Like I don't think the singing ever fell off. I don't even think that their song selections fell off. I think
Right,
after that two album though, after 94, like after 94, there were so many. It actually started in 93, right? Where you start getting these groups showing up out of nowhere, like um H Towns, who sound different, right? You get your H Towns, they don't sound like
right,
the classic R&B group, right? Um YNV, right? You get them, you get the intros, you get so many different things. Like for instance, what I'm getting at is it's the same thing that happened with me with Freddie Jackson. It's not that Freddie Jackson got any worse. It's just the crooning stage to me kind of got left behind. Is ultimately what I'm getting at.
right.
You know what's so
No, but
crazy?
the center was still there.
Another
I
group
feel
with a
like
good album. I'm
the
sorry. Go
quality
ahead.
of
Yeah, go ahead, try.
no, I was saying the singing was always there. I feel like the quality of music from their albums after '97 is sound and the Mike as well. And you had, like you said, like there was a whole abundance of groups. You had 112, you had Jagged Edge. There were other, Destiny's Child was killing it. You had other groups that were coming into their own, and I felt like after '97, that's when Boyz II Men really started to dwindle.
So
But the music was always there, but the album sales wasn't the same.
Right, right,
that and the choice of the songs they the tracks they were releasing, it wasn't the same because you went from the Motown Philly sound, and your music's gonna change as you get older in the business and grow. But for the most part, it kind of they didn't have a signature.
right,
If you know,
Yeah.
I think what it was is that they ended up going the what sells for Boys to Men,
right,
babyface type of songs.
yeah.
So what are we gonna sing? Babyface type of songs. And while again, I think their songs sonically, like them, like their vocals are almost elite. But I think sonically, as audiences grow and develop a taste for different things, which is why I absolutely understand what you were saying as far as it wasn't them, it might have been me. I might have changed, not them.
right.
They
No,
stayed the same because they saw this is the money that we bring in singing these type of
They
songs as
they stayed
opposed
in their
to
lane. Yeah, they stayed in their
yeah.
lane.
And nobody wanted to venture out of it unless it was them going on a solo mission.
Right.
So Sean can do a Visions of a Sunset and then turn around and do like a recreation of Secret Garden.
Yeah. Yeah. So and the thing is, I knew that it was me when off of that two album, my favorite song was the Vibin remix. You
I
remember the
love that.
Vibin remix? We're just
Yeah, I remember buying
vibing.
that.
With
That's
Craig
classic.
Mack and Busta
Yeah.
Rhymes, Meth. Yeah.
Scratch. Yeah,
I knew I was at a different place with them when because listen, trying times, that's my go-to, bro. Trying
yeah.
times and 50 candles and all of that fire,
Mhm.
right? But my favorite joint on there was the Vibe and remix. So as soon as I heard that, and they also had a song called "Thank You" on there.
Yeah, that's the first track.
Yeah. When I
Yeah.
heard that, I was like, you know what? This is what I want from Boys to Men. I can't take another end of the road. I just can't take another one of them, man. If this
So
is an album full of end of the roads, I just
so when you hear songs like on bended knee, I'll make love to you, water runs dry. How what do you think about those ballads?
I think they were great.
Right.
I think they're timeless. But how much is too much?
Yeah.
Good question.
Now, let me ask you a question because of what you just said, right? Do you? And this is where I'll tell people all the time. Sometimes it's the placement because would you have been able to tolerate Bended Knee, Water Runs Dry, all basically all the Babyface's songs if all the Babyface's songs were track 11 through 13?
And no, because Babyface saturated the market. Now, mind you, me while I'm listening to Babyface on Boys to Men, I'm also listening to Babyface on Johnny Gill,
Right.
right?
Hmm.
So it's like this. All of these joints are like, you know,
Yeah.
and I'm not saying that these are not great songs. I'm not saying that these are great songs. Listen. I bought the album, the CD itself. I bought the CD like three different times. I have it on my iTunes account, right?
Nice.
But what I'm saying is when it comes to where I put them in the pantheon, that has changed because at the same time where Boys to Men is probably doing their best work, the market is being um um um
Diversified.
yeah the song from Jason's lyric, the D'Angelo song from Jason's lyric.
You will know.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
song. Okay, so now a song for Mama and You Will Know are on the radio at the same time, right? So now if I got to go in the record store and buy one, which am I going to buy a song basically this is like the ninth time in a row I'm going down this road, or do I buy something different? And
Yeah.
then at
I
the
mean,
same and just real quick, and then at the same time, other classic groups are entering the marketplace too that are flying under
Right.
the radar, like Mint Condition. Do I buy this Boys and Men, or do I buy Mint Condition? You,
Right.
you, you feel me?
Yeah.
Yeah, the mint condition feel more of a must, more so than what you're gonna get from the boys to men. Because the boys
Yeah.
to men, you know what you're gonna get,
Yep.
but with the mint condition is something new. Because it's like what they gonna do or how they gonna come at us next.
Right. And DSA, and to be honest with you, or to be honest with the conversation, to be honest to where the conversation is growing, my preference in music is creativity. How creative can you be? And so one of my favorite groups, a group that I like better than Boys to Men, is a group called Tony Tony Tony, right?
Oh yeah.
And on from their first album to their last album, things changed all over. From every album, things
Right.
changed, and it was still dope.
Facts.
and Boys the Men, you know, I know they're gonna have a Water Runs Dry. It's gonna be about 6 of them on the album.
Right. Did it also feel like a group like Tony was more I relate to their actual realities,
Nah,
right?
they bro, they
Like my
have a
ex
song.
girlfriend,
Yeah, I was just about to say that one. My ex girlfriend is a hoe.
like that, like that's a song that I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody, you know, what I'm saying, after a breakup, will look at her and see somebody with, you know, see her with another guy, or even heard about her prior to the breakup, and yeah, that's her. They're
Yeah,
talking about her,
yeah,
and then you get one of my favorites, which is one of my favorite love songs, under the radar, right? Lay your head on my pillow.
yes, yep,
Yeah,
Cool story, right?
classic.
yep.
I think I told it before, but cool story. When that song came out, I was in the seventh grade. I remember I was singing the melody. I was just kind of vibing in my head, and that's the song that was in my head. So I was singing it, and a girl named Corinne was doing a psst, psst in math class. Now I'm not thinking she's trying to get my attention. I'm just kind of doing my work and jamming in my head. But she
Right.
heard it, and so when everybody finally got to pointing at me and hey, psst, she's trying to get your attention. She flashed me her boob, and that's when I knew I wanted to become a singer.
Wow.
Them, me too. I want to be a singer just off that story.
So thank you, Tony. Another story that I have to thank an artist for getting me something women related,
I'm getting in the
because
lab tomorrow, bro.
that reaction had me like I'm about to write about 17 songs.
Right, right, right. But you yeah. Hey man, that's a dope story, bro.
Yeah,
That's a
hey,
dope
Freeze, you
story.
gonna get in the lab, but I'm still waiting on that pound of beats.
Yeah. Hey,
And
hey man. Yeah, about that. Yeah.
speaking of which, hey Soulfinger, I gotta do me a favor, text me an email address. I wanted to get with you earlier to send you something, but
Okay, I'll shoot it to you.
Yeah, and
yeah,
and try, man. I'm
Yeah,
not dissing Boys and Men, bro, by no means, right? And I'm not trying to say that they didn't put out immaculate work.
right.
What I'm saying it ultimately is, they entered the music space and took it by storm, and then like 4 years later, other artists and record companies outside of Motown want to take it back. It happens.
Right.
It happens. It's nothing against Boys the Men. They're great artists. One of my favorite songs in general by them is a song called "Let It Snow" with them and Brian McKnight.
I love that. Yeah. Christmas song.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You know
Underrated.
that's one of my favorite joints by them. But it's still in that same,
Same.
yeah, yeah.
and see, and that's what I'm saying, because now you got a song like that, right? That's
So did
ballad
you them?
led.
Is that what it was?
Huh?
I'm sorry, Mia. Try.
Oh, Ethan.
Okay, so yeah, I was asking. Okay, so a song like that, but then I also think about songs like "Your Love" off the Cooley High Harmony album,
Yeah,
and what a vibe that was. You know,
I
it
love it.
felt, and it's ooh ah, like those are the songs, and I think that's what I'm saying. Like in terms of why I think Boys to Men's run was went away as quickly as it did. I think they stopped making those type of songs and just stuck with the love songs that Babyface wrote,
Right.
because
Yeah,
they sold
Yeah.
universally. And I think what happened was
Right.
that universal audience is not your core audience.
Okay.
You
I
went away
agree with you
from
on that.
the you went away from the core audience
Right.
the urban radio stations, and you made sure you was on the pop stations. You went from Hot 97, Kiss FM to Z100, and you made sure that you stayed on Z100 more than
Yeah.
you ventured back and forth
Right.
to make sure I dropped something off to Hot 97. And because even as you said, the Vibe and Remix, the
Yeah.
first thing I thought was, yeah, Ed Lover and Dr. Dre really played that song to death.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And they went away from that, and I think that's where the separation between Boys to Men happened so quickly in terms of the audience.
Right.
They didn't cater to us anymore. They catered to everybody, and so it didn't feel like our group anymore. Same thing, and that's what I'm saying. Like in terms of Jodeci, Jodeci is like it feels like our group. Like all of the groups that you name, next is another one that feels like our group.
Yep.
Yeah.
Jagged Edge feels like our group. That's why we still kind of herald them to if they drop something, I might listen. I'm more than likely going to give it a listen.
Right.
Buying it might be one of those things that's 50-50, but I'm definitely going to give it a listen. Boys to Men drop something, you may be like, yeah, I remember when they had that song back in the day,
Yeah.
and then
And
You
you'll
know,
just skip over it.
and DSJ,
you
it's
know.
not it. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Soulfang. I'm
No,
sorry.
no, no. I would just real quick, just but the DSJ, you're 100% right because when they changed up and went the way they went, they removed themselves from being our group because they went with that. They went to they they went more pop and everything, and then come back to the roots what got them there. That's all I was gonna say. Let me get out of your way for you.
No, you ain't in my way, boss. I was just gonna say, and they can't use the excuse about a natural singing group, right? Because Shy, to me, is just as talented as them,
Hmm.
but they were on a small label that failed. Gasoline
Gasoline
Alley.
Alley,
Right.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's not just our vocals are just we're such great singers that we have to sing a certain type, but nah, you know what I'm saying? When you heard If I Ever Fall in Love and we heard Comforter, you were like, these are hood songs. You know what I'm saying? Like
right?
like a hood writer wrote this, and they sung them lyrics off the paper, bro. You know what I'm
You
saying?
know, it's so funny if you think about it. There's always been the yin and yang. There's
Facts.
always been um, a competitive group or artist. For Boys to Men, it was Jodeci. For Shy, it was Silk,
Right.
and even in terms of individual solo artists, it was Tank and Jaheim.
Yeah.
Um, with 112, it was like I guess Jagged Edge would be the closest one because of the
Oh,
fact
so
it's a
for
four-man
real?
group.
112 and
Um,
so for real
Right.
was about the same age, right?
just about, yeah, yeah,
No.
Well, yeah, a little
yeah.
bit
But I
different. They
think
had So for Real
I
had a couple of younger, way younger.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
think I
I
think in
know that
terms of
one dude in
style,
so for real was older than everybody in 112. The big light skinned
right?
dude seemed like he was older than everybody, but whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
I think in terms of styling and like the uniqueness of the voice, because you used a child to be the lead for Soul for Real, and Slim had a childlike voice in 112, that you could correlate those two together. Um, Short-lived 4.0, Have a Little Mercy, to Solo.
Yeah. Solo
Um,
could sing, bro.
Yeah.
oh
They were
man.
definitely mismanaged. They were definitely mismanaged, bro.
Well, like I said, I think what it was is just that I think the problem was the audience listened to Comic View,
Yeah.
and all the jokes that they had about that one song
Right.
turned everybody against. So they will play that song to death in their living rooms.
Yeah.
They will get a girl, they will dance along with that song. But when they come outside, play it on this on their car radio, someone's gonna point and laugh. And then once you get that, the cascade effect happens, the dominoes fall, and now
Mhm.
everybody and their mother is pointing and laughing. And you just gotta ride down as fast as you can with your head down low and hope that nobody recognizes the car when you park it at about 10:30 at night.
Hey, and DSA, you know the other thing I think happened, and try if I'm wrong, try if I'm wrong about this, let me know. It's just a sense, though. I think also in 97, 98, a lot of groups were breaking up and going solo, right? A
Yeah, that
a,
was
a,
happening.
a, a lot of groups, man. Like there were a lot of solo acts, man. Case,
Yeah.
Donnell Jones,
Hmm.
Horace
Mm-hmm.
Brown, Alfonso
Mm-hmm.
Hunter,
Mm-hmm.
a bunch of solo artists was D'Angelo,
Right.
Raphael
Maxwell.
Sadiq. Yeah, man, there's a bunch of solo guys. And maybe I'm wrong, right? But I just have a feeling that in the late 90s, I think people were not really feeling the groups no more. Am I right
I
on that or am I way
I
off base?
I disagree. I mean, for me, I think the groups were just as much popular as the solo acts. You know,
Okay.
like you said, like Boyz II Men, Jodeci, 112 when they came in, and later on Jagged Edge, SWV. You still had En Vogue. Like the groups were just as popular, but I think because like a lot of them ended off so badly that we were stuck with a lot of the solo acts like a Maxwell or John B or
Yeah.
Donald Jones that was still putting out great R&B, and people were really turning away from them and listening to like a B2K, or
Mm.
Danny D. Kane in the early 2000s. But I think in the
Yeah.
90s, like the groups were real popular, and we don't see R&B groups no more like that.
To
Yeah,
add
we
to
don't
that, I
see
think I'm sorry,
what's it DSJ, what's the dude that sung Separated?
Avant.
Yeah, you had the Avants out.
Ooh, Avant. Yeah.
But you know what
You
else I
had
think too, though.
the tanks
And
coming out. Tyrese was out.
Tyrese. Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
but I also think that in terms of the content, like there wasn't a lot of the love wasn't emotional; it became more physical. There was a lot more sexualized
Right.
songs in that time frame. Um, Everything was more related to the realism of society as opposed to the fantasy of
So you're
a
saying R. Kelly
relationship.
killed it all. So R. Kelly killed it all, is what you're saying.
Not R. Kelly, not R. Kelly, because you know who immediately I thought about. I thought about next, Butter Love,
But love. Yeah.
Right.
I'm thinking R.
right?
Kelly killed it. I'm
I'm
thinking R.
thinking,
Kelly killed it all,
I'm
man.
thinking, I'm thinking, because yeah, because I mean, even like they like it slow,
Right.
H Town, like that's not a, you know what I'm saying? Like there's no songs in terms of talking about relationships. Let's talk about physicality.
Yeah.
Let's get it on tonight.
Right.
Yeah.
Hello,
Yeah.
Montel.
Yeah. Shorty, you must have lost my number. Fell into a deep slumber. You play me on. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Too
Yeah.
close.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Those songs, those songs dominated, and the and this is why I go to the Babyface and the Universal in terms of Voice to Men. You don't have a song that competes with Too Close. You have another, as you said, Water Runs Dry.
Right.
And when I'm starting to hear a lot more Too Closes,
Yeah.
I'm not feeling the Water Runs Dry. I'm not in that. I'm not in that space. Give me a sweet lady every now and then. Give me one of those.
What about
But then
Creep In?
also
You remember Creep In? You remember Ideal?
from Ideal, yeah.
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 Well, hey, listen, I hate to get gone, but my break is over. So
Yeah, man. I gotta get out of here too, man. I gotta get out of here, man. I love I needed to put some content on Vibes, man. Vibes hadn't been live in so long, but I love
Yeah.
hearing y'all talk about music, bro. I love
I
it.
love to
Hey,
talk about it.
and try. I had sent you the link on Discord, boss. Did you
Oh,
see it?
yo, you gotta send me the Discord link again. It's been a minute since I've been on it.
Okay, okay. Let me see. You know what? You know
Yeah,
what? We'll definitely get up, man, because
yeah.
I got to do a book tour. I wrote a book called Bayou Heat,
Oh,
Crescent
nice.
City
Congrats.
Shadows. Yeah, man. Thank you. So I got to do the book tour because I'm doing a series, and I'm also building a production company because I'm also writing a transcript. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying? Where I take those characters and put a transcript together
okay.
and start trying to pitch it and all of that stuff. So man, got a lot of stuff. That's the side hustle though. You know how it
Yeah,
is.
I feel you.
Yeah. So when the next time you coming on?
Yo,
When next
when
time you going live on you?
anytime, Unc, anytime you want me on, I'll be here, bro. Like, you always supported me, and I appreciate it, and I
Right.
got nothing but love for you, man. So anytime you want me on
Hey,
here,
for sure. It's
just hit
nothing
me
but
up.
love, bro. I
Thank you,
listen
man.
to you and Reg all the time, bro. You might
Thank
not
you.
know. I might not. You know how people like, man. I might not say,
Right.
but I do hit the like
Yeah,
button.
you're always welcome to join us. I tell you that all the time. You're always welcome to join us.
I'll be in it when I'm okay. So let me do the circumstance. Like, so when y'all are on,
Hmm.
I'm just sitting down at the computer trying to get this writing thing.
Okay.
And when you get into a flow, you just got to get all of that out. But I
Right.
have y'all like playing here, and sometimes it's inspiration.
Yeah.
Like when y'all talk Shalimar and all of that stuff,
Oh
bro.
yeah.
Ooh,
It,
Shalimar.
yeah,
Yeah.
Man.
yeah, man. They be they get in they
Oh
bag,
yeah.
bro. They know
Definitely.
music. You know what I'm
Definitely.
saying? They for real. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? So sometimes I don't jump on because with writing, if you ever get blocked, bro, it might be a month.
Yeah. I understand.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, I'm supporting. You know that all the time, man. Sometimes I'll just put comments in the comment section,
Right.
something, show some type of love, and hit the
Yeah.
like button, something, because you know what I'm saying. I think y'all got a dope thing going on,
Thanks,
bro.
man. I appreciate
Yeah,
it.
man. Yeah, man.
Yeah. Anytime, just hit me up. I will definitely be on here. So
I got you. I got you, boss. And everybody watching, thank y'all for rocking with us for this journey, man, about music, man. We just chopping it up, talking personal experiences and music and where try, man.
yeah.
We talked about where music takes you and how it keeps you in the same spot at the same time.
Right.
Like how it holds you captive and takes you somewhere at the same time.
Yeah.
That's amazing,
It's
right?
the power of music.
Yeah, man.
You know.
Yeah, man. But hey, Vibesters, thank y'all for coming through, rocking with us. We appreciate y'all. Salute to DSJ, Soulfinger, Triborough, man. Appreciate you. We'll holler at y'all later, man.
Thank you, man.
Peace,
Be
y'all.
easy.
Yeah, man.
All right.